1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I was like, well, I want something to eat, so I got a nice hot bowl of chili.
Sloppy.
And I came home and put fresh jalapenos in it, and just a really spicy dump before I came here. So that's why we're getting off to a late start to all our live listeners, which is no one.
It's crickets. Just like, I mean, your diet choices like are right on par with me, where I'm like, yeah. Pretty much, like, what is this? We're going to get deli meat tonight? I'm getting a pound of deli meat and eating like 3/4 of it in like one sitting.
Well, it's when I'm trying to lose some weight, so I'm dialing back on the carbs. So I was like, well, I don't want like spaghetti and meatballs. Let me get something without bread or pasta, which chili isn't low carb. It's got beans.
Beans, like, but beans are good fiber. Like, I
was like, this is better than a bowl of fucking pastine or something.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It was chicken noodle or chili, so I was like, that seems like the more low carb option. Let me get a big honking bowl of that and eat it with fucking jalapeno peppers. Immediately have heartburn. Sweating. And it was like, you know how the soup containers, it's probably been sitting there for 8 hours or longer, and it just had like the fat rose at the top or whatever, so I had to fucking stir it all up, get in there, dude.
Oh damn. There's this one soup, and I just think it is just heartburn soup. It's called spicy crab and corn. Available at Oceanside Seafood.
Is it like kind of like a corn chowder?
Yeah, it's exactly.
Chicken corn chowder is so good from Wawa, and it's like immediate heartburn.
Yeah,
too.
it's delicious. The exact same sensation, where it's just, instead of it just being chicken, it's crab, and you eat like half a bowl, and you're like, this is delicious. I'm never going to eat anything again. And then you eat 4 more bites, and you're like, my stomach is on fucking fire, and I got to shit already.
I'm tasting this in the back of my throat now.
Yes, and everything. It's like you're already sweating.
Burping out of my nose.
The chili's good though. Like chili has its benefits, because like
it's got a hot summer day. Like,
I mean, that's a good day.
Fall meal.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got it literally because I was jealous of Tina having food. I was like, well, I want a snack. And I went back to the fucking produce area and like got myself one. And she was like, why would you get chili? I'm like, I don't know, it'll be fine. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, like I ate gas station sushi. I literally spent like 30 minutes on the bowl. Just
question about ShopRite. Do you ever get the sushi from there?
Yeah.
Sushi there is not bad.
Not bad at all. They make it fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get it fresh made if you ask them. I normally don't want to bother them. So like,
Same.
But you can't get I don't know what the prices are now, but before it was like 6 and 10. Like, you got to spring for the 10. Now it's probably like 10 and 15 or whatever.
I think it's like 10 and 20 or something like that. The big ones are like $25, and I'm like, dude, like, we're not eating that much sushi.
I just get it's like the longer roll. Yeah. And it's got the crunchy stuff on it.
Shrimp tempura.
You got the... You can't cheap out on grocery store sushi. But
no.
Ocean View sushi is like night and day better. ShopRite sushi's like a convenience thing.
Yes.
If you're there, you're like, I don't really want a stale hoagie. Let me just get fucking 2 packs of sushi and a Coke.
Yeah, that's a good.
Myself.
Well, they have the rotisserie chickens that they break down and are cold.
The shredded chicken.
Shredded chicken, and that makes a good sandwich on a hot, like a hot summer's eve. I get off fucking work, I come home, I'm like, I don't want to fucking cook anything. Just throw like half of that in the microwave and then gobble it up with some rice.
It.
I've eaten it cold
especially
too.
In my,
I was gonna say raw, but
my strict keto days, I was just
house fucking.
I would get that and like an avocado, and then
nice.
like maybe some hot sauce or something to go on the chicken. I would just eat like cold shredded chicken, and like not good, but like
I mean it does the job, and it's like nice clean calories, a little bit of butter action.
It's tough to eat like out as a low carber because like everything is just like
everything's carbs,
pasta and bread, and like I mean I'm not. That's what everything is. It's just go out to a restaurant. I don't know. I'm like get a salad, I guess. Like I don't fucking.
We notice people. There's like a strict trend in people claiming like that dieting is. Well, no, not even that. It's like dieting is food allergies now, and I'm like, yeah, because it's like food allergy that you're coming up with doesn't really exist.
Some people. What's the one where is it shellfish or something? You guys probably do.
Well, yeah, a lot of fucking shellfish, but
yeah.
No, we had someone claim they have a pepper allergy, like salt and pepper, like table pepper. Yeah, ground pepper. They were like, yeah, we're allergic to that. And then proceeded to eat something that had blackening seasoning in it, which does have pepper in it, and they were fine. And
We
like,
don't know how they reacted later.
they didn't, like, they were like, no, we will go into anaphylactic shock. Like, no,
Oh.
it would be immediate. Like, it was very fucking stupid. It was
I had a
someone
customer
lying.
when I was working who was in Sea Isle, and she ordered Benadryl from a CVS in Sea Isle. The Sea Isle one was closed. I happen to be in Summers Point. That one stays open a little later. They're open till 11 instead of 10. So like I just took it and was like, hey, I'm shopping it over here because it's the only one that's open. But all she ordered was like Benadryl and like ice cream. And I got there and she came out. She was like some fat dyke, but she was just like, I was at this seafood restaurant. I told them I had a shellfish allergy, but they must have cross-contaminated.
I thought you said it was an Italian restaurant the last time you told us on the pod.
Was it? I swore it was a seafood restaurant.
Because you said it was excusable. Because I remember this exact story. And I remember you telling me later, it was like, yeah, that fat dyke was a retard.
She was, but she threw me like an extra 20. So like, she was cool, but like she wanted to like talk my ear off about her hives in the fucking driveway, and I was like, I got 3 other orders in my
I'm
car.
trying to fucking
bitch.
leave,
So,
you
like,
fat retard.
I have to leave, or I'm gonna get fired. Like I'm doing this completely wrong. I have multiple customers' orders on multiple apps, and they're all waiting.
We had a funny interaction with there's this guy. Shout out Javier. I doubt you listen, but he's our one of the distributors drivers. So like I won't say the name of the distributor, but he's this very jolly Mexican guy that drives the truck, and he always drops off the shellfish, and we got good rapport with him. There's this like it was during a 4th of July week. He got stuck in traffic on the Parkway for something like 9 hours. And he had like his refrigerator kept good in the truck and everything. Like he didn't lose any inventory, but just
9
like
hours between stops, or 9 hours on the way to you.
no, like 9 hours in general. Like he was like cumulatively stuck in traffic for 9 hours, like to and from and like everything. Like so we normally get it between like 2 o'clock and like 4:35. He showed up as we're closing at like 10. And like we're like washing dishes and we're like, what are you doing here? And he's just like, everybody mad.
How do you not laugh at that?
Dude, we love him, man. He's the best. We cooked him pasta and sent him on his way with
I don't
the
know
shrimp
about
scampi.
traffic that long though.
What's up?
That's a long.
Yeah, well, so he gets, like, his route used to just be, like, Cape May, Atlanta County, and now he has to go all the way up to, like, fucking Ocean every day. And,
The casino.
no, Ocean County.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's, like, about 60 miles from where he has to start every day. Because there used to be a company that was owned privately and locally, and they got bought out by a mega company. Like, it's not a corporation, but it's, like, one step below, like, you know, like U.S. Foods or Cisco or something like
got
that.
you.
So, like, they consolidated all these like seafood, you know, and fishery, you know, independent operators and made, you know, like one kind of like mild conglomerate. But anyway, they, so he would start in like Atlanta County, but now he has to start in Ocean County, and it's like he was all the people going to the beach like to and from every time he got back on the
you're
Parkway. It was like he was
fucked, dude.
fucked, dude.
Even
Like,
just trying to get on the islands and stuff.
and that's just, he has to find parking. Like he's got to like, you know, like he drops things off. Like you just throw the hazards on, but like sometimes people are cunts and like are just like backing
just
up.
trying to back down the street to like
Yeah.
get to like, especially the restaurants on the boardwalk in Ocean City. You just got to back down like 2nd Street with this big ass truck. Like,
Dude, they said that
the ones for the ones for like, what's it, Browns down there at the end of the boardwalk? I think it is Oves or Browns.
Oves, yeah.
I think it's the one. It's Browns. It's the ones on like 2nd Street, and there's always like a Cisco truck just like blocking the whole fucking street down there. It's just like, that sucks.
Well, you worked at Spads. I remember when you would get there at the wrong hour. Like it was usually like the very like last weeks of the semester at school, or like
Wouldn't
the very
they just
first
park
weeks.
right in front?
Yeah,
of
they
Spads,
would. And
like,
dude,
right
and you would like
Atlantic?
have to make that fucking left turn. And there's just a
Swinger
Cisco.
wide.
There's just a Cisco truck in the middle of the fucking street. You're like, God, fucking
Some
damn
black
it!
dude with dreads and AirPods in, just like throwing his gloves on his hand truck.
Yep.
Like,
I don't give a shit.
I'm working, baby.
I'm out here. We have garbage guys that But did I tell you about like them blowing a hydraulic line?
Just spit fluid everywhere.
Dude, they had to call hazmat. They had to call like the Atlanta County hazmat down because like Cape Mays was like dispatched somewhere else on the island. So like we had to wait like 5 hours or something like that before they could even move the truck. They weren't allowed to clean it up because they had to like test it to make sure that the contaminants that were there were the right ones, so that they get the decontaminants to like pour into the fucking sewer because
I went
naturally.
into this. Oof.
Yeah. So like.
I was gonna say, like, I remember when I worked for the city, which I don't know if I don't have any. I don't work there anymore. I don't know if they'd be stoked that this is on the internet, but like those machines, it was called a load and pack. It's just like this one-seater thing, and it just has a claw in the front of it, and it's a single guy, and he just goes to those barrel cans and just dumps them like all day long.
Yep.
But because it's like all hydraulically based, and those machines were like 20 years old, like they would just blow hydraulic fluid like all over the beach like once a month, and like no one would say anything. They'd just be like, they'd get the loader to just come over and just like drag some sand over it and be like,
oops,
we're good.
Not like it.
A lot of
never
weird
happened.
shit like that in Ocean City where they're like, don't tell anyone about the poisonous jellyfish on the beach. Like,
Yeah.
we still want people to come down. Like, oh,
The one year, there was a guy that washed up dead in the Sea Isle, and the guy that was a cop.
funny. Why am I
It's
laughing?
fucking hilarious.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
This guy died.
fucking went trying to find Bikini Bottom. He was looking for SpongeBob.
Fucking Davy Jones locker. Dude. Arrgh.
I can't breathe.
Picturing the pirate guy from SpongeBob.
Apache the pirate.
Or no, there was an actual Davy Jones in the cartoon.
Well, yeah. Well, it was the fucking they have to ride like the pirate ship or whatever for some fucking reason. They're
Weast.
working. Yeah, that one.
Shit, dude. Sorry.
Dude. No, SpongeBob.
Want to just talk about SpongeBob?
Yeah, well, fuck yeah, dude. So like you're talking. So I was telling someone the other day that like actually it might have been you. It might have been on the podcast. Now I'm having fucking CTE moments, but how like I thought like as a kid Sandy Cheeks was fine. Like when she was out of the little spacesuit. Yeah, like I mean she might be a squirrel. She might have a tail, but like
Nah,
that little.
lady cartoon characters as a kid, like first Kim Possible.
Yeah.
She was a human, but
Oh,
like,
here we go, dude.
her navel was showing, dude. I was 10.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Golly.
Isn't she supposed to be like 12 or something?
I was
a
10.
child,
She was an
yeah.
older lady. Not now.
This podcast is brought to you by Mike's Landscaping.
Oh, they're here.
You can't hear that?
I thought they're. Oh, it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
I saw them here Thursday last week, I think. It was like they were on like the wrong day, and I was like, oh, cool. That's fine. This totally won't interrupt the killer flow.
Yeah, you want to keep talking about cartoons? Yeah, crushes on. I think I figured something out about myself. Why I'm attracted
trying to think
to
of other hot ones.
the Canker sisters from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I have like this. I was just
I can't picture
gaga.
them.
Dude, they
What
were.
about the chick from like Danny Phantom or something? Gothy ghost chick.
Well, there's like all these chicks on Pornhub that dress like the fucking chick from Teen Titans.
That's the
yeah,
one,
that
yeah.
one. Yeah, the ghost chick. Here we go, buddy.
How do you
no.
say tooth in Spanish?
Don't I wouldn't-
Tuto de negro.
I don't know. You want to say?
I just translated.
Yeah, let's
Let's
translate.
both go on our phones. This
Yeah,
is
let's-
good.
I wanna look up the Canker sisters.
I wonder what they think we're doing.
Mental illness. These ones from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
The redhead one got me.
Yeah. So
I was like,
no, the
she's
blue
right.
hair one looks like a girl I dated briefly, and that was what. She was the one that one. She's like
Okay,
she
yeah.
looks like this chick that was on heroin. that I dated. Well, I had no confirmation of it, but
Cheyenne going bananas.
yeah, dude, she's the biggest fan of these guys. Homie on the Genie, dude. That thing is. I love that fucking
Diente
lawnmower.
negro.
Uh-oh. He's got it.
Yeah, that thing's a little tricky.
Yeah, that gate's a little bit futzed.
I should do my NASCAR rant while he's just mowing.
Yeah,
No.
dude. I actually on my notes I do have Spin House because that was bullshit
Oh
this
my
week.
god. That was so the conspiracy theory of that, which we'll get into NASCAR a bit, but just quick off rip. Ricky got into it with Kyle Busch early in the year.
Yeah, I remember he punched him in
He
the mouth.
races for Richard Childress Racing. The underdog guy, Austin Dillon, he's Richard Childress' grandson, 32nd in points, like a total back marker. He normally runs back there with Ricky and Ryan Preece. He had the race of his career. All of his previous 4 wins were, people say like, oh, that's not a real win. Like it was a fuel mileage race, or he wrecked this guy, or like his credibility has been, taken into question.
Right.
And this was one where he passed Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin, 2 of the best in the sport, on speed, led the last 40
He was
or so
on
laps.
meth?
Yes, he was
He's-
very high, like
he's
Jeremy Mayfield.
Just taking some Pervitin.
Jeremy Mayfield got banned in the early 2000s for meth. And
Really?
He looks like a meth head, and he's like, I never did meth. And everyone's like,
You clearly did that. No wonder you're driving so fast. He doesn't even know the race is finished just to drive.
It's like, I did Adderall, not meth. But So the conspiracy of it was that Ricky Stenhouse purposely wrecked Ryan Preece with 2 to go so that Austin Dillon, the other Richard Childress driver, wouldn't get the win.
Okay.
He was kind of throwing the middle finger at Richard Childress Racing, which I wouldn't doubt it. I stood up out of my seat when it happened. I was literally like, no! Because
What position was he in? Second?
he was in fucking 55th. He was
okay.
in the
That's
back.
it.
He
All
was
right,
several
that's
laps
nothing-
down.
nothing
Him and
matters.
Preece weren't racing for position. Ricky was 2 laps down. Preece was 3 laps down. Like
Yeah.
they weren't even
Just-
racing for position. And none of that chaos at the end happens if that doesn't happen. And it really takes away from Dillon running the race of his career and getting a good, clean, dominant win where he passed 2 of the best in the sport on speed. But at the end of the day, the right guy won. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, that's been the conspiracy floating around that Ricky did that on purpose as like a fuck you to that team. Which
Okay.
Ricky's also just Ricky Stenhouse for a
you know?
reason, dude. Like
He might have sneezed.
I love Ricky Stenhouse, and when it happened, I was like, "You motherfucker!" Like, God damn it.
God damn it, Spinhouse!
That's like, the mob guys, they talk about killing someone. They're like, he knew the rules. He made me do it.
Yes,
Like, why'd
like-
you make me do this?
Why did you?
cocksucker?
He is the Fredo of the NASCAR world now.
And it's Ryan Preece who's been at these end of race cautions like multiple times in the last year where 1 to go, 2 to go, all of a sudden Ryan Preece is around. This one, he did get punted by Ricky Stenhouse, but the other one, he spun by himself with 2 to go multiple times. Like, I was beside myself because most weeks, the people who win are like the top dogs. It's the same 10 guys. There's not, like, there's parity, but there's not, you don't see a back marker. Like, if Austin Dillon finishes in the top 5 or the top 10, that's like a win. Like, you never see these guys in real contention to win, let alone he had a 3-second lead. Like, he set sail, he was gone. Like, he was the valid winner of that race, and then it all just gets unraveled by some fucking bullshit. Like, that just sucks. Like, if it was someone like Denny Hamlin, who I like, who was out in front, and that happens, like, cool, it's exciting, but like, this guy only has 4 career wins. Like, this was like, this guy, that might be his last win of his career, like, this stuff doesn't happen every week, and then it just gets completely dismantled by 2 fucking absolute dickheads who are always at the center of this bullshit. And then by Austin Dillon wrecking 2 people for the win, which I fucking loved. I know the purists hate it, and it's very divided.
I was
a lot of
very
the boomers
amused.
are like, hell yeah, Dale Earnhardt's back. Like, a lot of dumb fucking idiots like me were like, that was awesome. And then a lot of
I
like
enjoyed it.
real racing fans were like, you can't fucking do that. Like, it takes away from the integrity of our sport. Him punting Logano, the first one, that's like fair game. Like,
Right.
he dove in, fair game. A lot of the controversy is because he right hooked Denny Hamlin into the fence. Right hooking someone is not. It's highly frowned upon.
What is right hooking?
So it's basically pit maneuvering the guy directly into the wall.
Oh, okay.
So you hit him in the right rear, and it sends them to the right.
Zoom.
Yeah. But I mean, it's, as they say in NASCAR, it was a bang bang deal. It all happened so quick that, hey, I loved it. Congrats to Austin Dillon in the 3 car. I'm rooting for them. I'm a closet Austin Dillon fan before this. I'm not saying I bought Austin Dillon merch. I'm not on social media being like, go Austin Dillon, but I like all the guys who run in the back.
Yeah.
Whenever they have a top 10 day, I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Like, I like the underdogs, you know what I mean? And then he gets a lot of shit because his grandpa owns the team, so it's like one of those, he's the golden
it's
child.
nepotism or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
And like, I used to get that in my family, like, oh, they favor him more, he's the golden child. Like, I was just like, it's not his fault that his grandpa owns this team. Like, he does have Truck Series championships, Xfinity Series
it
championships.
doesn't negate from his actual talent as a race driver, you know.
And RCR's equipment is complete dog shit. So everyone says, oh, this guy sucks. But he just wheeled an RCR fucking Chevy to the front. Their equipment, I don't think his numbers are indicative of his talent. I think he's been in pretty mediocre equipment his entire career because he races for his family team. He's not going to go... Not that he could get a deal anywhere else or something. But
You're good, buddy. You're good. You don't have to shut it.
Yeah,
You have a good one.
I love shouting about NASCAR. That was fun.
That was awesome,
That's how I really felt about it. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that
Fucking
the mowers,
passionate.
But
Yeah, I got fired up there for a sec.
I just wanted to get into it while they were here.
Yeah.
You normally pee while I'm doing it, but
I did.
it was
My feet are wet,
that's why the
babe.
holes in the bottom of the seat.
I've been pooping too.
But yeah, it was bullshit caution at the end. It really was a bummer. The last 50 laps, once he was in like the top 3 and he's running down Logano for second, my heart was pounding for like the last 50 because again, it's usually Hamlin, Larson, Byron, Logano. It's the usual suspects
Right.
competing for the win. The exciting thing to me is when Ricky's in the top 10 or when, Carson Hocevar's in the top 10. Like it's not nearly as cool as this was, but that's still cool for me, and a lot of people to root for an underdog to have a good day, but you rarely see, especially it was his first win in 2 years and his 5th win in 11 years. Like he wins like once every 2 years, so once every 56 races you see this guy up front. So
Hey, you know what, dude? It's an
cool.
impressive thing to do, especially when you said like he's got shit equipment and he's competing with rocket ships. That's that's impressive.
RCR found something. They've been kind of mentioning it in interviews and stuff, like saying like we got something in the works, like da da da. And
we're gonna use a Tesla.
I don't know what they did, but they found something that historically he's run well at that track, and honestly, I don't know this off the top of my head, but I've been listening to a ton of NASCAR podcasts since the race, and they're going to Michigan this week, and historically he also runs, it's one of his best tracks too, so I would love to see him up in the mix again.
That's nice.
There's a lot of vows for revenge from the other side.
Yeah,
One of the ugly things about this was Joey Logano's car was broken from getting absolutely punted into the fucking wall, but he was so pissed off he comes down pit road. They have officials standing like this, so behind them is like the pit crews and the families and stuff, and then they're supposed to just go single file towards like the outside or whatever, away from the people.
The people, yeah.
And Joey Logano drove behind the imaginary. They weren't like touching hands. There was like a guy every 20 feet or something, and he went by the first one, drove behind him, almost slid into the fucking. Austin Dillon's wife was there, and his some other family was there holding his 2 babies. He's got
Jesus.
like a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old or whatever. He's got 2 very small children. The wife's holding like a fucking 1-year-old, and Joey Logano comes screeching in, does a burnout. His steering's broken, so his car just starts like turning towards him. He's gonna get whacked for like 50 grand easily. Then there was in-car footage of him pulling forward and like parking it, and an official is just dropping F-bomb after F-bomb. He's running towards the car. He goes, "You fucking dickhead! You fucking dick!" Like just screaming at him. I love shit like that. It was the best, one of the best finishes in a long time, man. It was a lot of people hated it, and
that sounds great. I enjoyed it.
I get it. The right rear is not good. That's like I don't know what it's equivalent to in other sports, just like beaning someone in the head.
It seems like a egregious slashing penalty or something.
It's like two-handing someone in the back of the knee and possibly ending their season. Like it's a very injury-prone.
Karate kicking someone in the throat and killing them.
You could literally kill someone doing that. People have died from right rear hooks. Not at Richmond. It's a short track, but
yeah, I mean it's understandable. Man. It's like
and I've only been back in the NASCAR mix since 25% of the way through last year. I missed the beginning of last year, so let's just say a year and a half or so. And in that time, I've never seen Austin Dillon in the front ever. Like even on pit cycle stuff, he's still like the best he is like 10th. This is the first laps he led all year.
Wow.
So it was just it's really cool when you see a perennial back marker competing for a win, and then to actually. Usually those guys find a way to bobble it, which he very certainly did. He blew the fucking restart. He's by the numbers, the worst in the field at restarts. I think it was something like he drops like 8 spots per restart. He just drops like a fucking brick when they get going. But
gotta put it in
he was up in the front, and Joey Logano just fucking swallowed him up absolutely clean. Like got by him clean. Literally was about to steal the win. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the video or whatnot.
I saw the wrecks. Yeah, like I saw that, and I saw the Stenhouse wreck, and that was. I mean, it was an exciting finish. Like, I mean, if you're gonna get a finish like that, I wouldn't call it a photo finish, but it was certainly something noteworthy. Like,
and it's not something you see very often, where guys wreck each other to win, but it's not every week. It's not. You know what I mean? It was very exciting, and I see both sides of the coin. But as a closet Austin Dillon fan, I was screaming. I was watching the DVR, so this race was probably over 3 hours before. But it was live in my head. Like my heart was pounding. I'm sitting there like stomach and knots and shit.
It's real to me.
You would have thought I had like 5,000 on Austin Dillon to win. Like I was.
I did.
I was fucking That's probably why the wreck came out. Vegas made the call.
Yeah, dude.
It was like, yo, dude.
Mr.
So many people hammered like $500 on Dylan on the in-game fucking bet. Like the odds on that had to be crazy.
Mr. Wynn says shut it down.
Yeah, literally, like,
Yeah.
fuck that. And then Austin Dillon, 2 middle fingers.
Yeah, man.
He teared up in the interview too. So that was, I like when guys, you could tell when it really means a lot. Like, these guys are all millionaires, and I know non-sports fans or whatever would be like, that's fucking gay, he's fucking pussy.
I mean, it's a big deal.
But I get emotional watching like a grown man who's like, this is his life's work, and they never win, and they finally get a win, and they're all tearing up, and they're like, this is a fucking cup win, man. Like, that's millions of dollars. It's life-changing. You're in the history books.
Yeah.
It's the world stage of racing. I mean, minus F1 and IndyCar, but we won't go there. It's the world stage of stock car racing. Like, it's aside from winning like a championship, it's like the biggest accomplishment you can make in racing. And like seeing like a 35-year-old dude sitting there tearing up, I'm sitting there like,
I don't know.
I get emotional about the weirdest stuff, man. But
you want to talk about that? I get emotional about weird. Fuck, wow, that was emotional. I get emotional about weird shit too. I watch movies that I used to watch like when I was younger. Like originally, I thought it was just like when I like movies that remind me of my mom, but no, it's like all like these weird movies make me fucking tear up, and I'm like, who the fuck are you anymore? Like, you're supposed to be
is
tough.
it the nostalgia, or what do you do you have any example off the top of your head?
Yeah, so I watched like this was one that I watched with my parents a lot, but I just liked it because I liked the story. It was the Dennis Quaid.
A little toaster that could.
Oh, fuck, brave little toaster rules.
I never saw that.
Oh, dude, that
I
movie.
always saw the picture on the box, and I was like, that looks so fucking cool. But
It
we
is,
never
it's great.
bought it. It was
There's
never
an-
in the family collection.
There's an air conditioner that's a cunt, and then he dies.
I think I saw like bits and pieces of it with my sisters, but I never saw it start to
Dude,
back.
watch it start to finish with like Vinny. I mean, it's a little morbid, but like it's good. It's really good. It's a kids movie. Like you're not gonna like be traumatizing him or anything, or at least not yet. But he's he's young. He'll like it. It's like it's colorful. It's fun. The toaster's cool. I like him. I like the vacuum. The vacuum's a depressed dick. But
He doesn't have the attention span for movies yet, but we put on the Mario recent release. It came out like 2 years ago, and it's kind of like the newer animation. And we only watched like maybe 30 or 45 minutes of it, but he was kind of into that. So it was
Nice.
cool to see him like, I don't know, watch something other than Miss Rachel fucking bouncing up and down.
So James sent me a thing. Apparently his twins are all in on Miss Rachel, and I was like, dude, Miss Rachel's got a fucking wagon dog. And he's like, how the fuck do you know Miss Rachel? And I'm like,
My friends got kids.
all my friends have kids
Everyone's
now.
catching a beat to Miss Rachel.
That Bluey, like it's all hit.
Bluey.
I'm not beating off the Bluey, but
Tony, this cartoon dog looks like a hooker.
Bluey Sopranos crossover that nobody asked for.
I'm trying to think of. I
Lucifer.
definitely relate to that.
Yeah. No, but the movie was The Rookie. The Dennis Quaid movie was The Rookie. That was like I watched it with my parents a lot. Like I have a couple like fond memories of that, but it's just like the nostalgia for
It was,
like
like-
being young and having this like I was 14 when that movie
Miracle,
came out.
Miracle will make me cry for the
That's
same reasons.
another one, yeah.
Like Ruzioni. I'm like, USA.
Armageddon with Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck and Steve Buscemi and
I never saw that one.
yeah, that was like a classic in my household. There's like that, The Fifth Element, The Professional. There's like all these movies that are like weird, like very like disjointed, but like we would just like if they were on, we'd all sit down as a family and watch them. Like Beetlejuice is one that was always fun. Like
I didn't like Beetlejuice. He creeped me out. But those coming of age or whatever how you describe the rookie, like that,
Yeah.
that coming,
you
coming
have-
to the struggle
underdog story is what
Yes.
you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to say
coming to success,
coming of age tale, and I'm like, that's not what
Well,
that
it's
means.
kind of is. I mean, he grows up in it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I don't know what
Coming
that
of
means.
middle-aged tale.
Coming of success. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Get the book. Anyway,
The cream pie.
those ones when they finally like. It's a bad example, but Pursuit of Happiness, when like he finally gets the job and he's the scene where the tear.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I sobbed to these, but my eyes get misty.
Yeah, you
I get a little watery
You
eyed.
get a little emotional over
Some
that
things
shit.
I'll start sobbing. Like certain songs hit, and it's not even. I don't know how to explain. This one has had a grip on me the last couple days.
Which one?
It's Stand By.
Stand by
I
me.
forget what it's called.
When the night has come. Freebird.
Yeah, Freebird.
I think of you all the time.
You a fucking 20-year-old chick living in Manhattan in the rain.
It's just that line. I think of you all the time now that you're gone.
Oh.
People, it's a TikTok sound, and people are posting like their RIP posts, their dead relatives about it. And like I heard that yesterday morning, and I put it on repeat, and then all of a sudden I was just sobbing in my shed,
Damn.
like looking at old pictures of my grandparents and shit. Yeah, that one. Certain songs, and it's not even like ones that my grandpa liked or shit like that. It'll just be a song where they're like, I want to talk to my grandpa, but my grandpappy again, or like, you know, country songs are always.
No, I don't
You
listen
don't
to
listen
country.
to country, but just or anything like anything that mentions like a deceased loved one or something, then it just gets the wheels turning, and then like
Yeah, Graveyard Tree by the Coughing Cats, which is about digging up
Never
your dead,
heard of that,
your
so
dead
don't
relatives.
fucking scoff at me.
your dead relatives. It's digging up. I don't know. Psychobilly's kind of like country. It's like country and punk had a baby and raised it in fucking Austin, Texas, and you play. It's just punk rock that has, like it's got an aesthetic. It's more the aesthetic of the thing than it is.
Psychobilly is.
Yeah, have you ever like listened to it? You know any psychobilly like bands or?
Not off the top of my head, but I've definitely heard samples of it.
Yeah, so
for
like
sure.
Tiger Army was like my shit when I was like 16 years old. They were my favorite fucking band for like a decade. They were, and like I'll still go see them. And I've seen them I think like 5 or 6 times. That's how much I love them. Like they're.
I'm like scouring my brain right now, trying to think of movies that would make me cry or that have made me cry. Click got me.
Yeah, Click.
I went into that thinking this is gonna be a goofy, haha Adam Sandler movie, and I'm like, I was like 15 or 16, like not old enough to appreciate what it's like to like lose a family and divorce or whatever his
Yeah.
life panned out to be, but like
Yeah, he's
that
completely-
I was like crying at the end of that movie, and I'm like, what the? This is not what I signed up for. I thought it was gonna be a funny movie where he paused on
Silly.
jugs.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. This
the
is
trailer was like him like pausing women while jogging, and putting them in
slowing her
slow-mo.
mo so that they can make sports bets in the park with their giant tits. Dodgers are
She's a lock, dude.
Dude, she's got something going on in there.
I think of other ones though. like good.
wait. Up is a hard
Oh,
one. The first
bro.
time. So, did I ever tell you the
Oh
story
my
about
God.
how?
me and Tina watched it like a year or two ago, and like I had to turn it off like halfway through.
Dude, so
I think
There
I
was-
cried like a fucking baby.
the first 10 minutes of Up were like hard to get through. So the first time I watched it though, I watched it with one of my girlfriends who was like, you gotta see this movie. But she knew me real well and she knew I was like an emotional fucking train wreck. So she's like, all right, so I'm gonna distract him for like the first 10 minutes. So there's something going on the TV and she's just blowing me. So and she knew
You're
it.
just sobbing.
Exactly. No. I was distracted like plenty good for like 10 minutes to get through that part where they're telling the story too. Is it's like a Pixar movie where the wife is barren and then dies, which is like fuck, man. And then
I don't remember the barren part. I just remember the widower.
they try to have kids and she can't have kids, so then they just decide to enjoy each other's company. And then one day she dies, and then the grandpa motherfucker decide like the whole call to action, I guess, for the hero's journey, as you will, is he
Coming of succession journey.
he fucking pushes a banker down that's trying to buy his house from him, and they decide to like sue him. So it's like fuck you to them, as he just kind of wants to kill himself by
Floating away in a
flying
bunch
in
of
his
balloons.
house. Yeah. Which,
He just takes a little boy with him.
yeah, well, the little boy was there by accident. I mean, Up is a fucking hilarious movie. I love that movie, but it's the first 10 minutes are brutal. And you know what's great is I forgot like the first 10 minutes existed, so I put it on at a party one time because like I don't know, like when you're in college you do dumb shit when you're a freshman and it's just like we're all gonna play FIFA and watch a movie at the same time, and it's like
Just
sure,
kind of background noise.
yeah, and like everybody in the room is like, why would you put this on? Like I forgot
It's
about it.
emotional in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got through it, but I think I don't know.
Kevin's
I didn't
fun.
see the ending of it. I fell asleep.
Doug
or
is
something.
fun too. They got like the Nazi blimp driver guy. He's I don't know. It's like based in Argentina or something like that. So I think it's like a subtle.
I think
like,
I thought that when watching
Yeah,
it. And
it's
I was
like-
like, that's oddly specific.
this guy trying to repopulate Brazil with Hitler clones. Like what the fuck's going on here?
I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank because I'm quick. I used to make fun of my mom when I was a kid 'cause she would always be tearing up in movies and stuff. And I'd be like, it's just a movie. Like, come on, what are you doing?
I teared up watching the Pacific when they start singing "Happy Birthday" to the one guy because like that was like some fucking morbid like dark like macabre shit right there. He's like upset because he had to kill a bunch of people and then they start singing him "Happy Birthday." I was like, what the fuck's going on?
I
here?
added that to my list of things to watch on Netflix.
Pacific?
The Pacific. They have Band of Brothers and the Pacific on Netflix.
Yeah, Pacific's
now.
great. Watch the Pacific.
I was gonna watch. Me and Tina were gonna start Band of Brothers the other
Kamikaze.
night, and it was like 11 at night. It was late, and I was like, I don't want to watch Kurahi. Like that's like the most boring episode where they're at boot camp
basic,
or whatever.
yeah.
It's just like I was like, I would love to watch this with you, but like I don't want to watch the pilot right now. Like it's just such a all the other episodes are amazing.
Yeah, what's the
And,
second
like,
one? Market Garden.
I don't remember
it's
them,
about
but I know
Market
they're
Garden?
all like there's some action in all of them. But
Yeah.
Curry is just like a bunch of dudes jogging and like
Getting mad. At
you're
each
getting
other.
like background.
Yeah.
It's what's that word you use about Melfi scenes?
exposition.
Yes, that's exactly
it's
what
the
it is.
Melfi scenes of Band of Brothers.
That series had me wanting to sign up for the army and like go to war.
Oh, yikes.
I caught it with my grandpa when I was about 11 or 12.
Well, yeah, it's like
I'm playing Call of Duty fucking World War II and like watching Band of Brothers and like didn't have the concept of like you don't respawn in fucking
Yes.
Iraq.
No,
like,
you don't. I
Dying and then I smoked pot like one time and I was like, I'm not dying for oil, man. Like, what are you kidding me, dude? Man, I went full like crunchy fucking douchebag about it, but
yeah, I've said it on here before. My grandfather did a pretty good job of talking me out of the army. I was like, I could play the drums for the Marine Corps, and he's like, you're a fucking idiot.
did he serve?
Yeah, he was the one I told you he got pulled out of college and drafted into World War II. And
Fuck.
yeah, he was supposed to be a turret gunner on a bomber, and while he was doing drills, he blew his eardrum out, so he couldn't go up in the air anymore. So he became a mechanic on P-51 Mustangs. And when Naval Air Station Wildwood got a P-51 Mustang, my dad brought him there, and apparently he had a really good time.
That's cool.
Yeah, he got to he was very fond of that kind of stuff. Like he liked the engineering aspect, I guess, of the plane and how much it was a pivotal machine for the war to like change because they needed something to compete with the Messerschmitts, and they had these
Is that the place you just mentioned? Is that the one in like
Cape May?
Cape May?
Yeah, there's
okay.
it's like an
I was
actual
like,
airport.
I can't picture one in Wildwood.
Yeah, Naval Air Station Wildwood. I think it's just like it's the call sign or something. It was like the available
True.
letters or something like
They
that.
still do a lot of cool stuff there. Our
They do
buddy
aviation.
Austin Myers works there. He's always posting about. He like runs the events or something like that.
Oh, cool.
And like he's a World War II buff, and like they always have cool old planes doing shit there. And, like,
We should see if Austin would let us go, like, do a shoot down.
for sure
Yeah,
would.
like that would be fucking awesome. Go down there and do it in like the hangar or something like that.
yeah.
Because I love World War
I bet
II
you if we threw
shit.
like a donation or something, they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Dude, we'll take you on a fucking tour." Like,
fucking do a podcast from a fucking
I mean, it's-
B-52 bomber.
it's
You're at the nose gun, I'm at the tail gun, and we got the camera right in
we
the
just
middle on a
steal
swivel.
it. Fucking fly it. Fly it into Ocean Resort.
Fuck.
This is for taking me for $600 over the last 3 years.
Shit.
Can you say that online? Probably not.
I don't know.
That's
I
fine,
think
leave it in.
the notion of hijacking a plane from a fucking naval air station it's not a.
We
it's-
just want to record a podcast.
we just want to play around with the planes.
We just want to steal.
I have a pilot's license. Wink. No, I actually got some topics today. I got a really funny one that I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I had my first instance where I have any recollection of sleepwalking. I don't know if you're a sleepwalker or anyone in your family is a sleepwalker, but
I have very minimal experience with that. Tina used to sometimes mumble in her sleep a little bit, and it was fucking creepy. She hasn't done it in a while. I'm a pretty deep sleeper now. My sister used to I feel like one of my sisters used to open their eyes while they were sleeping or something.
oh
Really
yeah, that's
weird.
sketchy.
But I can't think of anyone that I know sleepwalking. So
Yeah, excuse me.
I know you're one of the not few, but one of the people that comes to my mind when I think of sleep paralysis.
I
'cause
have
know
that.
you've had issues with that. I've had that
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 times in my life, but it's never been like a mainstay or anything like that.
Yeah, I get it when I'm usually like really sleep, like right about now. Like usually is when I get it the worst. But I haven't had it too much. But I did sleepwalk the other night. Sleep paralysis normally it's like I just wake up and my eyes are darting around. It feels like you can't get up, and it's like
Yeah.
I understand why people think they get abducted by aliens and shit because it's like you're hallucinating. You're in dream state while you're awake. It's fucking weird. But
I've never seen like creepy demons or felt threatened, but I've like opened my eyes and definitely felt like I couldn't move.
Yeah.
Like I said, only a couple.
It
few
depends on how
times.
deep in the REM you are, but I get like I've had it the whole broad spectrum where it's just like that, where it's just
Shadow
like
people in the corner and shit.
yeah, like more mild than that too. I just wake up and I know I can't do anything about it, so you hold your breath and that kind of kicks you back awake. Like
You got the tricks.
yeah. So
Instead of inducing lucid dreams, you're like, how do I break free from this?
well, no, when I'm in there dreaming, I don't try and like lucid dream, but when I'm in it, it's like I usually know I'm in it, and I'm like trying not to motherfucking.
No,
like,
I meant like a lot of people have these techniques on how to lucid dream.
Oh,
You're like, I
yeah.
have this technique on how to fucking break free from these,
how to wake up.
from this fake fucking
How to fight the trip.
paralysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, this one, it was completely different. I got what I thought was like a good night's sleep. I fell asleep for a little, like, 20 minutes on the couch or whatever, watching TV after work. And then I was like, check my phone. I'm like, oh, cool. Got a few hours before I have to wake up. This is right in the pocket. Go directly to bed. And, that's maybe like 10, 15 feet from the couch. Like, you've been in my house, you know where I am.
Shuffle on over,
Yeah,
dive in.
fucking just roll
Shut
around.
your eyes real hard.
Yeah,
Come
so
on, get back to sleep, please.
Yeah, so I rolled on over and felt like I got a nice restful couple hours. Woke up to walk the dog, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt, and I like
Woke up naked in the middle of Route 50.
That would be hilarious, like Donnie Darko. Just my asshole trying to like sit on a fire hydrant or something. I woke up and like I was like, all right, let's take the dog for a walk. And I reach into my pockets where I normally keep like her treats and shit. And there was just a bunch of paper towels and like half a chocolate bar that was open in my shirt pocket, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? And I like there was like a trail of like milk from the fridge to my bedroom, so like clearly I had like done some sleep eating, and like I don't know what the fuck happened.
Were you drinking or anything?
Nah, I was just a tired boy, and it was very funny to me because I'm like, it would be one thing like if I like woke up and like half the chocolate bar was eaten or whatever, and it was like still in the pantry or whatever, but like I clearly brought the milk to the bedroom.
A snack.
And was laid down.
So you did that from, you think, between the time you laid down for
to bed and
and
waking up in like 5-ish hours. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was funny.
I've never had anything like that.
It was weird. Like my sister, my fake sister, shout out Sarah. She sleepwalks, and she was the one that was like, she scared the shit out of me. Like much like you said, your sister like opened her eyes. So Sarah would like walk around and like try and leave the house, and like I would be like asleep on the couch in their living room, and Sarah would come down the stairs and stare at me, and I'm like, are you okay?
Fuck,
and she would try and like, she would like try and open the front door, but it would be like dead bolted, so she'd just like get frustrated and go back upstairs and then like have no recollection of that the next day.
That's scary.
And I'm
that
like,
shit creeps
yeah,
me
it was
the fuck
like,
out.
yeah, like what the fuck's going on with you?
I have not a relative, an in-law that takes Ambien, and
That'll do it.
I've seen her come out late at night, just with like shark eyes, like she's not even there. She's like,
Yeah.
and she'll just say like weird stuff, like I'm gonna have oatmeal or something. Like just say like, have these weird little like, it's very bizarre, very I don't know how to. It was just me and Tina watching TV one night, and she just like came out and was just like,
So Shane Gillis in the cop bit, where
yeah,
she, like,
dude. It was like she didn't do
Pointing a
anything
gun.
weird. She literally like ate a bowl of cereal or something, like but she was just like, she sounded like a drunk person or something. She was like,
Yeah,
what are you guys watching? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like it was just like a different person. And then the same thing. She had no recollection of it in the morning.
Ambien is one of those drugs where if you do stuff on Ambien, apparently you can have like full-on auditory and visual hallucinations while you're in it, and then like completely like not remember it. And like there's like many instances of people. I think there's a couple convicted murderers that claim they're on Ambien. I don't know how much I buy that, but there's like people that have committed crimes that are like they would take Ambien and then like drive down the street, hit a fucking telephone pole, and then like walk back to their house and have no idea where their car where their car is the next morning. Call the cops, and the cops are like, "Oh, we're looking for you, actually." And they're like, "What?" And like, yeah, it's like I took Ambien and like crashed my fucking whip like 2 miles away from my house, like,
and just walked home,
like all shot out. Like, there's also my dad. When my dad is particularly sleep deprived, he has a tendency to yell in his sleep, and it scares the shit out of me because it sounds like he's fucking dying sometimes. Like I'll just be, what? And it's like he'll be like asleep on the couch and start doing it sometimes. I'm like, Jay, wake up. And he's like, I'm not asleep. And yes, you are. But then like he's like
why do we do that?
I've never done that. I've never done that. It's a dad thing.
I'm dead asleep, and Tina's like,
go to bed.
You're awake? Like, why don't you go to bed? And I'm like, I'm not sleeping. She's like, do you want to pause the show? And I'm like, I'm not sleeping. And I'm literally like snoring with my eyes shut. And then I'm sitting there trying to open my eyes. Like, I think it's because I'm like Bert. I don't want the party to end. Like, I don't want the night to end. I want to keep going. And I'm going to for me, nighttime's like my only free time.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So it's like I stay up till 2+ every night, and I shouldn't because I have to get up at 7 every day. But Yeah, I don't.
No, I feel
the
that.
nights I go out to bed at like 10 or 11, I'm like, I fucking blew the only like 4 hours of freedom I have in the entire day. Like, fuck. And like, I love having kids. It's not like, just as a parent, like after the kids go to bed is like your time to fucking kick it. So I don't sleepwalk, but the last few nights, I've been like playing NASCAR in the shed and like listening to like Joe Rogan or Dale Jr. or whatever. And I'm sitting there smoking blunts, and then it's like 2, 3 in the morning, and I'm like, you ever been so tired you feel intoxicated?
Yes.
Like I'm literally like stumbling into the house, and I'm trying to pee, and I'm like swerving like I'm hammered at a urinal. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you feel like fucked up. Like,
The worst,
you feel like-
the worst I've ever got that, but I mean, it was like a very plausible explanation for it was when I went and moved to Colorado. The first like week or two, I would like get up and pee, and like I would just be pissing in the bathtub because I'm like, oh, fuck.
No aim.
Like, you're just like drunk. You're so tired, you're drunk, but it's because like you have like such like, well, in my case, it was like your blood oxygen level is like so fucking low that you're like you're not able to like ever recover, so like you can't like get enough oxygen flowing like in your blood flowing through your body to the point where you like ever like you just feel like a hangover until it boils over to actual altitude sickness, and then you just get sick and start puking everywhere.
Elevation's no joke, man. I don't think I've been in elevation in 10 plus years. The only time I think I have is I went to Lake Placid a few times. I don't even know.
what, like 6,000 or something.
I don't know, but I don't even know how high the Poconos is, but it was like when we were walking there, it just felt harder to breathe. Like
Yeah.
it was like it's no joke. So and Denver's like the highest in the country, right?
Well, it's like the highest
The
city.
mile-high city.
I was living at 10,000 feet though, so that's like 6,400, and I had to go up another like 36 or something like that. To
You're
like
up
I was
there.
on a resort, so yeah, I was like all the way up there. The mountain peaked out at 14, so like you get up there and go to like the bowls and shit like that, like all the way up at the like the summit. Dude, it's like there's no oxygen up there, and on top of that, it clouds your judgment like a motherfucker, like because
Just going full send.
so, yeah, there's this one time I went on this thing called a Glade, which is like a plug-in that makes your fucking mountain smell nice. I'm kidding, but yeah, it's like a long like so you'll come off like kind of the peak of the summit, like where it's angled like to a point, and there's like these kind of like flat like lowlands, and you're still going downhill, and you get like a lot of speed going into them, but they're called glades because you just have this like kind of like flat open area on the mountain. And there's this one that was called Mario Land or Mario World, something like that, and it was a really good glade. It was like a great glade to ski, but it traverses a river, and if you get on one side of the river, you're fine. If you stay on the side you're on when you start the run, you're fine until a certain point, but then like you end up in the river. And the first time I did it, like I was like, I could totally fucking clear that river, and like gapped it, which was fine. It's only like yay big.
Like a stream.
Yeah, it's nothing, but there's so much water flow that like splashes up onto it. It creates hard pack around the edges, and it's like kind of like if you don't land right, you can end up in the river, and it's not a problem. All your shit's snow retardant and whatnot, so like you're not like you're just a little soggy for a couple hours or whatever. But it was like more one of those things where it's like when I was done with that, I like took my board off because I had to like walk a little bit to get out of like one spot. I wanted to drop in from somewhere better to get through the glade, and like I was like, that was actually a really fucking bad idea, because like if I knuckled on that, I would have broke my board probably, like because it's just like the sheer hardness of the ice and like the nature of like taking this jump. And it's like if I had to walk down from here, I'd be fucked. I'd probably get picked off by a bear or something like that, because there were bears on the resort.
Fuck.
Like, yeah, you get bear warnings on your phone once in a while.
Creepy.
When my ex-girlfriend came to visit me for New Year's Eve, I guess the fireworks crew scared the bears. Because we got a bear warning in Frisco. We were staying in Frisco. I was like, I thought they were up at the fucking resort, and we got like a warning that they were like walking around in the town.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend's like, she just like is like an oblivious blonde, and just like, oh, there's bears in those woods. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of like wild animals in the woods. Why do you say that? And she's like, I was walking through those woods like 2 hours ago. And I'm like, you are a fucking retard.
I know grizzlies are out west and up in Canada and whatnot, but for some reason I never are they black bears?
Yeah,
Brown?
black bears. They're black bears, but
Okay.
there's when they're frightened and they get like a fireworks crew is like scaring them, they're probably heightened that, and there's a lot of them, so they're like, yeah, probably fucking steer clear of those motherfuckers. They're agitated.
I thought you were just rolling around with grizzlies.
There are grizzlies out there, but they're more up like in the Yukon, like up in
Yeah.
Canada and shit.
They're creepy.
Black bears are creepy too. I mean, there's also like brown bears that are in Alaska where they're like just big, but they're kind of like dogs. But like you don't like they'll still fucking rip your head off like in one like
Some
open
video
like
I
a
saw
can.
yesterday. Some guy was like feeding this. I don't think it was a grizzly. I think it was a brown bear because everyone was making that comment like, "Oh, it's just like a dog." Bro, this fucking bear's hair is standing up on the back of its neck. And
Its
this
hackles
guy,
are up.
Yeah, and this guy's just like throwing like chicken nuggets on the ground, thinking it's like, and the bear's just inching closer, and then it just shot the fucking gap and like pushed the guy over.
Damn. Like,
and everyone's like, the guy died. In the
good.
comments.
As he should.
But I don't think he did because the friend was laughing, and then it showed the car pulling away. So either they were just laughing at their friend getting eaten by a bear, or he climbed it back into the car and they bailed. I think he got out luckily fine, but
That's a very Russian thing. It sounds like
no, I think they were just white dudes.
white dudes in a national park.
from the U.S. or Canada or somewhere. Yeah, just fucking Chads. Went to the zoo the other day. That was
Yeah,
pretty cool. There's a whole other side where I'd never gone down this one walkway, and there's like a fucking alligator, and then you go around. There's these giant tortoises that are the size
dude.
of like
Reptile
fucking
house.
the grill. Like, went through the reptile house, but I didn't know the other
The
exhibits.
bear's back there. Yeah.
The bear, yeah, we saw the bear. That was kind of creepy. Just
Casey
pacing back and forth.
Casey and I watched the bear take a shit when we were there, which is pretty fun. Shout out Casey too. Casey and I have been talking a lot lately.
We watched the howler monkeys going fucking nuts.
Dude, they go fucking.
Oh, creepy, dude. If you imagine walking through the jungle and you just hear like 100 of them doing that, like,
I fucking shit my pants, man.
horrifying. Yeah, monkeys are demon, dude. I don't know. They creep me out. I thought they were cool when I was younger, and now I'm just like hearing Rogan talk about like chimpanzees and shit. Like, they'll fucking rip your face off. Like,
Dude, I don't know why this is the Colorado cast, but there was a this thing called the Summit County Daily that they would publish and give you, and all the dispensaries posted ads in there. So if you were like a member of if you worked at the ski resort and you had an ID of the resort you worked on, you get 25% off automatically. But then they would combine it.
420%.
They give you coupons in the fucking they give you coupons in the Summit County Daily. So you go and they would combine them, so you could get like a bunch of you get like half an ounce of weed or whatever for like $150, and they'll throw in like 3 pre-rolls and a fucking pen or something like that, for free, just because you're local. But anyway, the Summit County Daily used to have this thing. It was like the last page of the paper. It's only like 4 pages long, but the last page was like just an obscure thing that they would pull off the AP Newswire, and they would always cut it out at the bar that I worked at, Duffy's, and fucking put it on the bathroom wall. So there was like always like fresh ones, and then there was like the greatest hits and whatnot. So you go take a leak, you're just fucking dying laughing. But I distinctly remember that story about that chick that gave her fucking chimpanzee Prozac or Ativan or whatever, and it ripped her fucking face off.
my
and then
God,
Oprah
dude.
had her. Yeah, so this lady had a chimp, and she claimed the chimp was trained, and then
Story ends right there. It's wrong that she gave the chimp Prozac, but the first mistake,
is owning
why do you
owning
have a
fucking
chimp?
chimp.
in your
Yeah.
house, dude. I see the people with the little spider monkeys or whatever, something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
macaques and
Something I
whatnot.
could fucking kick in the head and not
Yeah.
be worried, but I'm not having something that could kill me.
You ever
in
see
my
the
house.
video of the that I send you? It's like a GIF of like an orangutan driving a golf cart, and they like put it in the background so it looks like he's driving in a NASCAR race.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Dude,
I like the Russian dudes with the tiger.
Yeah,
They just
they-
have, like,
all
the
the-
scared friend over there, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And the tiger's just like walking around the room. They're like Serbian or something.
there's this old porn. I don't know why this is going back to Joe's favorite topic, but yeah, there's this old ass porn.
porn.
I love porn. There's this like Russian porn video where it's like these fucking goofy looking blondes that are like, I don't know, they're in a Kremlin somewhere, and it's like supposed to be like they're getting married. They get married, but they're walking their pet bear through like the Kremlin Square, and I was like, that always fucking stuck out as bizarre to me, because I'm
That
like,
is bizarre.
so like, why is this in porn? Why do you guys have a bear? And like, she's about to like do something she doesn't like, and he's about to get forced to be hard at gunpoint or whatever the fuck's going on over there. And like, it's like, why do you guys have a leashed bear walking through a public
Just the
place?
Russian mob, dude.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
just fucking
we
like,
know a guy who has bear.
we know a guy, very good
He
bear
does-
supplier.
He does movies. This is movie.
This is movie bear.
This bear makes our movie legitimate.
Did I ever talk about Wojak on here?
I don't know.
Polish battle bear.
No.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's a
My,
fun.
my brain went to BoJack.
Wojak the horseman.
I
Yeah,
was
it's
like, yes, you have.
the battle horse. No, Wojak was this. So Poland during World War II, I believe, there's a bunch of Polish conscripts that were not like the Marine, like they weren't like the fighting, like the front force of Poland. So like they wanted to keep reserves. So a lot of the Polish army that didn't like get sent to fight the Nazis on the front line, or like, you know, side with the, like however the hammer fell for them, or just fled in general. They were sent to Iran, I believe, because there was a railway from Poland to Iran at some point. I think it went through Azerbaijan. I'm not entirely sure.
Through where?
Azerbaijan.
Never heard of that.
Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Pakistan. Yeah,
I like Tajikistan sauce. I got it on my gyro.
Tahiki.
Yeah,
I like Taz sauce. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Greek actually.
It is.
But anyway,
Tajikistan, where the great sauce hails from.
Where Borat's from, Kazakhstan.
I know that.
But yeah,
I never heard of a burger, a gerbil.
Azerbaijan.
Gerbil stand.
Azerbaijan. I think I'm saying it wrong.
Shane Van Gerbil stand gang.
Oh, it's Gus Van Azerbaijan's aunt. Little Steven Van Azerbaijan. Hey, Tone, I'm a Middle Eastern country. Well, listen. You might think I'm out of...
Are you doing Silvio Chipperson? Listen. What's that? We got to make some business.
We got to do some business, you know what I'm saying? We got to suck all the peckers. I mean, wait, cut that pot out. Actually, shout out Barry. Barry gave me... We got to go see fucking Norton in Vineland or Millville when he comes in November. I'll be able to go.
Oh, cool.
November 1st in the something Millhouse Theater or something. Yes.
That's odd that... an A-list comedian's coming to Millville, New Jersey.
Well, it's like they just renovated the theater. I think that like they really pulled some strings to get Norton there because it's like a newly renovated place. He's like the biggest act I've seen on there.
They have a theater over there now.
Yeah, it's like it was one that they renovated, so it's like it existed for like, you know, a bunch of years in like the 30s through like the 70s or something,
cool.
And then they just they renovated it. Like
I wanted to go just to hear his first 5 minutes just ripping on how shitty Millville is.
Yeah, I had to drive to Vineland one time to get a blowjob, and it didn't happen.
I was on Craigslist searching for trans hookers, and I ended up in Millville once.
I was playing Cumtown at work yesterday, and my boss was listening to them with Ian Fidance on, and my boss was just like, who the fuck is this guy? He's talking about like drinking hand sanitizer and perusing Craigslist for gay prostitutes so that way he can buy more blow. And she's like, she's just like, every time she comes in, she starts giggling, but she's just like,
who's he hanging with now? Is it Attell?
Who, Fidance? I think it is Attell.
I think it's him and Attell. They were doing like a podcast tour together.
Him and Amico were doing whatever Amico's podcast was. He was like a regular character on that. I think Real Ass Podcast too. He was on a lot, you know. But yeah,
Amico's funny, but like, I don't like him.
No, I love him. That man gave me a round of applause. He got all 14 people at that show to give me a round of applause for fucking a stripper. Yeah,
so like, I like him. I like his comedy. I forgot about that. I think he's funny. Like I don't want to hang out with him or something. Like,
I feel like
sticky. He smells.
Yeah. There's that.
I would hang out with him, but I don't want to go to his house.
Yeah, in his apartment.
Oh, dude, it's just a lot of pee bottles and like fucking.
Yeah, it's very like Ray and Bubbles at the dump. That gives me that vibe.
I feel like he wouldn't be offended by these comments either.
He'd probably like fucking piece us up right now, you fat retard.
No, he'd probably be like, "You're right."
You know what? He's got a pretty. He's got the tattoo that's on his forearm that I always see is a. Don Hertzfeldt, I believe, Rejected Cartoons. Do you ever see that?
No.
Yeah, it's like the fucking short. It was like E-Bombs World Error or whatever, but this guy made like a really silly animation. It's like about like 7 minutes long, and it's like
Candy Mountain,
something similar to that. But it's the one where if you've ever seen the it's like it keeps going every now and then, like the 4-second clip of like this popcorn looking thing with a bunch of blood coming out of its backside. It says, "My anus is bleeding." Okay, yeah, it's
the SpongeBob one, the SpongeBob dub.
What's that?
It was just this It was like a 5-minute SpongeBob clip.
Oh, is it where Mr. Krabs is black?
Sandy titties. It was all these weird like little one-liners, like fucking.
I think Mr. Krabs is black. He starts calling everybody like bitch ass bleeps. Yeah, I think that's I've seen that. Yeah.
Me and Matt Schuler used to watch that on repeat in like middle school.
And Disney World.
Cry laughing, dude. It was. They would say They would say just like fucked up weird like sexual shit. Like, "Grandma, I want to suck on your titties." And when you're like 10,
that's
like,
hilarious.
It's just like
so random
on the floor, dude. Yeah, that's all it was just random.
Because it's like
nonsense.
It's our generation's Skibbity Riz toilet, fucking Ohio.
It literally was. Like,
yeah, we were definitely from Ohio back then.
We were fucking big time John Cena.
What the fuck? We were like
Riz the root word of Riz?
I heard about this. Yeah, charisma. Yeah,
I don't hate it as much now.
I do too.
No, I don't.
No, I mean, like I'm coming around to it.
Not that I'm coming around to it, but like I just thought it was just this random like cool word. People like, damn, Riz, but like charisma. There's other examples of that.
I'm quitting. This podcast stinks.
There's other examples of that where people shorten things after my generation. So the kids that were freshmen when I played hockey, when I was a senior, like when they were seniors, there was like instead of playoffs, they shortened it to YOFs. Like we're going to the YOFs. The ship was because of fucking hardball. We go into the ship. What? Yeah, but the YOFs I didn't enjoy. But Riz from Charisma, so I don't know. I'm a fan of that. Yeah, back to NASCAR. This fucking dickhead left the scene. We have 2 weeks to cover here, I'm pretty sure. Or no, we don't. Because there was a 2-week break. NASCAR is back. Unreal race. I just have my notes from Richmond here. Austin Dillon wins. Shitty caution from Stenhouse. 3-car blows the restart. 22 jumps out to the lead. Last corner of the last lap. 3-car dumps the fucking shit out of the 22. 11-car sweeps by to steal the win. And 3-car fucking right hooks him into the fucking fence. Got the rightful victory, though. Lots of people were upset by this, but I loved it. I was standing up and screaming at 2 a.m. in my shed. Absolute wild range of emotions in a very short period of time, thinking this underdog's going to win it, to he's fucked, to we have a chance, to him blowing the fucking restart, and then last corner it just all comes together to be a fucking beauty of a finish. Yeah, I was pumped up by that, man. I couldn't sleep that night. I was fucking fired up. I thought I had another race covered, but I think we got all of them before the break. It's been a 2-week NASCAR break. Yeah, and then the trucks.
Let's start the show again.
I fell asleep during the truck race Saturday night, but I was so happy that NASCAR was back that Saturday afternoon I
took a nap.
I was watching truck qualifying.
Hell yeah!
I was like, dude, boys are on track. Bit of complaining from some upper echelon NASCAR dudes, retired drivers and analysts and stuff.
Yeah, very good.
There was an issue this weekend because of the Olympics. NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying was relegated to the NBC Sports app. It wasn't on TV.
Okay.
A lot of people were upset by that.
I would be. I hate when they do that
like,
with my baseball.
I couldn't. Why? Like Kevin Harvick was like, "Why can't I find fucking qualifying on TV?" Like he tweeted that. He didn't say the F word, but yeah. And he's like, "Took me 20 minutes because it's not on Peacock. It's on like a different app, and you have to make an account for that app, and it's just like total
NBC Sports app." Which
whenever
is
like
stupid.
a lot of times now, if the race goes long, they don't really have time to do post-race interviews or anything, so they kind of wrap it up pretty quickly after they interview the winner, and they'll be like, we'll continue our post-race show on the NBC Sports app, and I just don't
bother.
Yeah, but that's going to be an issue coming up in the next season, where the middle hunk of the season is going to be half Amazon Prime and half like HBO Max or something like that.
What the fuck?
10-race span where 5 are on Prime and 5 are on TNT/HBO Max.
They
so if
did
you don't
that.
have TNN, I think it's TNN. One of those ones that I don't think we have here.
Yeah, it's Canada, right?
No, it was the Nashville network or whatever.
Oh, okay, no, that's
was like
TSN is the Canada one. Sorry.
Yeah. We used to have it was like channel 35.
Yeah, it was OLN, and then it turned into Versus,
no,
and then
different.
TNN was that, and then it changed back to TNN. It's not. There's no Outdoor Life Network anymore.
TSN. TNN was like
TSN is the Canada one, I thought.
Yeah,
but no, it's like TNN.
TNN never was Versus or the Outdoor Life.
It totally was.
No, it was
I
not.
can guarantee you.
The Nashville network was like they aired like it was like a TBS.
Am I thinking
they aired regular sitcoms and shit like that too. Like they had sports, but they also how TBS has baseball games sometimes. Like it was like that. Like they weren't.
It's on the tip of my tongue because I know it's like a Turner thing. It's like a Turner network.
That's TNT.
No, it wasn't TNT.
TNT.
Dynamite.
I don't know why I thought you were going to enjoy the song I played.
What was it?
You were like, what are you, a fucking emo 20-year-old girl? And I was like, that's fair.
Yeah.
Conspiracy Hour. The only one in my list here this week is that Obama killed Bernie Mac.
It's the channel would be rebranded as a Canadian version of Bravo. So it is TSN, but NBC Sports Network, and then that's OLN became NBC Sports here domestically. It's fucking weird. I know there was
You're
a
saying TSN though.
That's the Canada one, yeah.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying TNN. It was like a
There's one that was like
TNN is the Nashville network.
But there was one that was like a Turner network. It wasn't TNT. It was another one. There was like
Turner Sports.
something like TSC maybe. You know, TCC. I don't know. XTC. I'm not entirely sure. I'm fried. Yeah, dude. Fucking frying.
YPO.
Okay, so what was your conspiracy? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I didn't research this at all, so I don't even. It's not like a real one, but Obama killed Bernie Mac.
Okay.
I don't.
What were
There's
they?
some. I think Bernie Mac like shit on Obama, something. And
Obama.
Then, and then the room. I never heard of this one before, but then the people in the comments were like, "Yeah," and they were like saying details. I didn't take any notes on it. I should have.
Naturally.
Terrible. Yeah. Obama killed Bernie Mac. I had a lot of fun.
Post the notes in the comment. I got a good one if you're interested, because I got a conspiracy about Taylor Swift.
I just want to say I had a lot of fun when I had all those Hitler notes and I
Yeah.
had something to read from. Like I had a lot of fun doing that. Like
Yeah.
when I left, I'm like, that was a lot of fun.
It is
Like,
fun. Why do you think I do it so
reading
much?
like sporadic Hitler facts?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I sound knowledgeable. It's like, no, I spent 15 minutes on Reddit.
That's fine. And you know what though? You brought something to the table, and for that, we thank you. No, I appreciate it. That's cool. Comment if you know anything about that, because I am interested. Or we could divulge into it like a little bit more on the next step or whatever. But
It was Mike Racine actually. It was on Twitter 5 days ago.
Huh.
It was Bernie Mac died 16 years ago today. If you haven't seen one of the most famous sets in stand-up, here you go. It was like some clip of Bernie Mac, and then Mike Racine comments and he says, "And Obama killed him." Google it.
Damn.
And there was a bunch of comments being like, "Yeah, blah blah blah."
Took him out.
And it was like the symptoms he had were like the symptoms of some like poison or something they were using
Huh.
in that era or something like that.
Interesting.
It was like the symptoms of this, and it was like
Strychnine
stroke. It was
poison.
yeah, it was like Bernie Mac dies of sarcoidosis weeks after bad Obama joke. So the tragic death of Bernie Mac, disturbing details of his demise.
He was one of the funniest motherfuckers out there.
And there's one on here from 2008 on Reddit. Barack Obama murdered Bernie Mac. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't
Look
so
into
I
it,
guess
man.
The long and short of it is that what's sarcoidosis? Is it some like sickness they can like
Probably.
administrate to you or whatever? Or I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but
Means you
I
ate too
guess-
many sardines.
I guess it's that he made a fucked up joke about him, and then Obama was like, "He's got to go."
Those niggas.
That's not the right one. No, there we
I
go.
don't know why I was Joey Diaz there either. I'm gonna have to bleep that. Oops. Where's the fuck? I was supposed to get a smoke detector so we can do like the ant button. Yeah. No, the conspiracy I have is Taylor Swift. Actually, I'm gonna give it one of these. So I remember where to cut that. So I've brought this to the table before, and I haven't really like extrapolated on it too much. So I think it's a good subject that we can revisit. But I keep like saying that I think pop music. Thank you. Exactly. I keep thinking that the house came that way. It's haunted, yo.
I can't replace that. I'm busy washing my chicken. It's the most upsetting one to me.
Sail foam.
Always YPO in the comments being like, "You're spreading so much bacteria all over your sink and
Yeah.
kitchen counters." It's just like, I don't know. This is probably a very unpopular opinion, but like,
You wash your chicken, don't you?
no, I don't think touching meat is like that gross.
No, it's fine.
Like I've taken a piece of steak and like seasoned with salt and then flipped it over and like not washed my hands and like grabbed the salt again and like
It's fine.
there's people who are like, you gotta like wash your hands as soon. Now usually before I like actually do something, I'll wash my hands. But, like,
It's-
little stuff like I'll grab my phone after I touch a fucking piece of steak. Like it just doesn't gross me
It's
out.
from.
I think it's a myth, dude.
It's not a myth. It's like you can't get salmonella from touching raw meat, but it's usually meat that wasn't like properly cleaned. But in America, you're not getting meat directly from like the factory where it's slaughtered. You're getting it after it's been processed, which is washing it, and like you're fine.
The thing that made me like less afraid of it is the wave of raw carnivores that was
Yeah,
going
you
on a
can
few
eat
years
raw
ago. It's
meat,
like people
like-
are just sitting there eating a raw piece of chicken. It's like this is all bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
and they're fine. Like
Yeah.
they're not.
It's good for your gut biome.
Yeah, no, there's people that like swear by it.
Yeah. Try
don't
raw rice too.
I get on some wacky diets. Like I'll do low carb, and I tried carnivore before, but I cannot do raw carnivore. Like that is just.
Yeah.
I couldn't do raw vegan either. Just eating like fucking raw cucumbers and shit.
Bad for you,
I
too.
could do. I
Tax-
could do a
tax
vegan
your
diet if I had
testosterone.
to. I know it's bad for you, but like I could survive for a limited period.
No,
of
like
time or
I've
whatever.
done extensive research on 4chan about vegan diets
Oh, it's
and how
horrible.
it's bad. It's extremely bad for your testosterone. Like it
No, it's
kills your
just bad for
testosterone.
a ton of things.
Well, the principal thing in males is that a lot of people replace protein
soy products
with soy, but more importantly, there's like things like onions where if you don't have stuff to balance out what onions do to your gut biome, your body is like working overtime to try and digest these things, and it'll fucking like eventually erode like everything that you're. I forget, erode's not the right word, but it'll make your testosterone levels go down because you're trying to process this shit that you're not really designed
Makes-
to eat.
aside from testosterone, you just become like famished.
Yeah, you're also you bird diet. Okay, I want to get back on this because I got Taylor Swift. This is an interesting one to me. So there was this theory that I heard, and it was from Infowars. I think it was Paul Joseph Watson was the one that said it. But a few years ago, he said that there was like a survey done that like pop music is getting louder, and there's people that have always said, and like I guess like a lot of my YouTube right now is MK Ultra shit, and like the fucking
That's been
LSD.
that's popped up in my algo recently too.
Yeah.
Sam Hyde was talking about it, or
Yeah.
or, Sam Tripoli or someone.
Sam
on-
Hyde did talk
or
about
no, the other one, Kurt Metzger.
Kurt Metzger.
was going off about fucking MK Ultra, and he's like, "Wait till you hear about the other shit that we've done. Like,
Yeah.
you think MK Ultra's bad? You have no fucking idea."
Yeah,
And,
dude, like-
he was going on like this psychotic break last night where he was just firing off like tweet after tweet after tweet. And it was just like my whole feed of him just
Nice.
spurging out, and I'm like,
Well,
I'm commenting on them like,
tell me more.
such as what? Like, and a bunch of people were liking it.
Do your own homework,
He never
cocksucker.
replied. Like, yeah, probably what he would have said, but sorry.
No, you're no, because that's like exactly the topic I want to get onto. It's so Paul Joseph Watson said that like they're making music louder, and like when you have frequencies, there's like I don't know if you've ever actually seen the movie Contact, or like do you know of it?
No.
It's like about Jodie Foster. It's like Jodie Foster is a like a scientist that studies like astrophysics, but she's like got one of those like SETI like places where it's like a bunch of telescopes and stuff that are just shooting different frequencies of like radiation out, like not radiation, but like like radio whatever, X-ray,
Dork
blah blah
shit.
blah, all that stuff, all these different spectrums out into space to see what like kind of comes back and like what it observes, like what interacts with it, blah 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 blah, and they end up making contact with aliens, and there's like sequencing that they send back in the form of like certain things that are between frequencies, so it's like something that you wouldn't. There's also a really good one on Hulu, I believe. It's like a Hulu original that came out during the pandemic called Cosmos, which is about this exact thing where it's like they find a UFO
Neil
and
deGrasse Tyson or whatever.
no, it's not the Cosmos, not the Carl Sagan or Neil deGrasse. No, it's like a movie. It's like a fiction movie, but like there's these like dorks that are up in like a SETI type installation.
What's SETI type mean?
SETI, like
What's that?
SETI. It's a it's like a like a bunch of satellites work or so like satellite like dishes working together to form like a radio telescope. They
Never
have like
heard
a
of that phrase.
yeah, there's like one that's like really big in Australia, if I'm not mistaken, or New Zealand, somewhere down there. And then there's like another one that they have that's like massive, and it's like in Mexico, I believe, or like somewhere in
See.
Latin America. Yeah, we fly to the
I used to work on the SETI now, Modilon.
no more than long. I used to scrub the antenna, and then now I just mow that doodle.
Before you go back to SETI type, what was with like the 14-year-old blonde kid working with that?
Oh, that's his son.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
He looked like a white kid.
yeah, there's
Who's-
Wattos. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. No, the owner's a white guy.
Oh, okay.
They're Wattos. Yeah, like they just hire Mexicans to do like most
What's a
of the
Watto?
prison term for white person.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, never knew that.
Vatos and Wattos.
Yeah, Wattos
Is
is
the
white
Watto
people.
guy who's down with the Vatos?
I don't know about that. It's like I hear it from PK Kyle telling about prison. He's like,
Oh,
yeah,
shit, dude.
he was friends with a
I've always
Mexican
heard
guy
of the
named Stone.
Woods and the Peckerwoods.
Well, yeah, Peckerwood, because Peckerwoods is like,
What's up, Wood?
yeah, it's like black. It's like they're the brothers, and then you don't want to be an Aryan brother, so you're not a brother, so they call you "Sup Wood," like kind of shit. Like,
I think
anyway,
I'd be a Wood.
so
I don't want to be a
I don't
brother.
want to gangbang. I don't wanna fuck with
But
that shit.
given the choice between Nazi, I mean, I don't know. I didn't finish the documentary yet. Maybe I'll be turned on.
Were you by any chance watching that one on the Mississippi Aryan Brotherhood, like how they fuck their whole?
No,
crime
I was
family?
watching Hitler, like the untold story, but it's like
lovely.
painting him in a positive light.
Yeah, good shit. Okay, I want to get back to this though. 'Cause,
Taylor
like,
Swift
yes.
is Hitler.
no, well, yeah, that's fair. I do like all those AI images of her dressed like a Nazi, which is pretty fucking funny. All the AI Tay is fucking, it's great, but no,
I like the
there's
ones with
there's
her
like
butt.
yeah, where she's getting groped by the entire Kansas
Oh,
City
man,
Chiefs
dude. She had a
fandom.
fucking donkey.
Yeah, man, her getting fucked by Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. Golly.
They wouldn't let me print that on a T-shirt, which I'm very upset about. I'm very salty about that. Fuck you, rush order tees. But yeah.
Just go to like the Hamilton Mall to that one store.
Oh yeah, the little fucking dot shop right there. They'll print it. They don't give a shit. But no. Okay, so Taylor Swift put out a song, and okay, back to the frequency thing. There's like music is getting louder, which gives you a larger bandwidth of frequency. Like it's like a larger range to work with, where you can put stuff in between the frequencies at like either like a subhertz frequency or like a a gigahertz frequency, like going like bigger or smaller. So you can theoretically put subliminal messaging or programming or stuff in things if they're loud enough, or they give you enough like room phonically to work
Phonetically?
with. Not phonetically. I think it's phonic, like sonically maybe. I don't fucking know. Whatever it is. Like you can cram shit in between sounds that your ear isn't like trained to listen for. And I have a feeling like a lot of the top 40 music, because there's all this like low bass reverb, which I know is because like
the 808s, baby.
Black people love fucking making their shit thump. It's not bad. I enjoy it from time to time. But like what I'm saying is, you have these frequencies that are meant to be like played loud. So it's like you get like a broader range of people. They're cramming subliminal messaging or kind of like programming something in there. And also, I'm not going to just say that it's top 40 pop music. They've been doing this like there's that warm note.
Like drill rap and
the Led Zeppelin used to put spells on their albums. Like, and I'm not talking about like played in reverse or whatever. If you got an original, like a first pressing of Led Zeppelin 4, I think, there was a spell that they had etched, like when they pressed it. It was like a horizontal spell that was written on the exterior of the actual vinyl. So when you would spin it, the spell would go around. I mean, it's stupid.
Easily dismiss it, just being like, this was like, metal, shock, fucking.
Led Zeppelin was like.
Jim Norton dismisses the whole satanic in rock music thing like that, where he's like, they're just being edgy.
These weren't satanic guys, like
or occultic, whatever.
Like the one dude, Jimmy Page, I think, whose like son died mysteriously, bought Aleister Crowley's house on Loch Ness, and like I don't think they were doing it just because like there was some fucking bizarre shit going on there. You got to listen to the war mode on it, because it's like all they talk about is how like he grew up in a household that didn't have a guitar in it, and somehow a guitar magically appeared in his house. No, he did it. He wasn't like praying for it or anything. He just said one day a guitar appeared in his house. He picked it up and knew how to play it. It's like, where does that fucking lore come from? Also,
reminds me of the Robert Johnson thing, where like he apparently sucked, and then he
went to the crossroads, made the deal with the devil, and now he's the fucking.
It's not just the devil; it's the one dude with the hat. I forget his fucking name.
Why's your camera on?
I don't know.
But there's been programming that's like clearly intentionally been put into songs, whether it's playing shit in reverse, whether it's between sound waves, whether it's stuff. I think, based on everything I've been learning from watching stuff on MK Ultra, the top 40 pop music right now, because it's played so loud and it's played so frequently and it's played so like, not even it's incessant almost. Like I hear it without needing to hear it. You go to Wawa, you go to the supermarket, you go to work, you hear it. It's like I think it's hypnotizing people, because they behave fucking differently around when you have no music on and when you have music on. And it's like, it might just be like singing, picks people's spirits up. It helps you like, kind of get through the mundanity of work, whatever. There's excusability for it, and I'm not completely ruling that out. What I am saying, though, is if what you're listening to has some kind of subtle hypnotic programming associated with it, because it is top 40, it's government engineered fucking cheese, you know what I mean? It's not like there's a reason that these are songs that are pushed onto the mainstream. Is because they're agreeable and they're supposed to be likable and they're supposed to be blah 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 blah, but it's in reality it's what they want you to listen to. There's got to be some kind of fucking programming that's in there, because you just see the way that people behave when they're around, like they interact with this music. So someone pointed out to me that she really, I won't say who, but someone said that she really liked this lyric in a Taylor Swift song. And I was like thinking like, okay, like the "Marry Me, Julia," blah blah blah, like the popcorn early Taylor Swift. But it's that new song where it's like that kind of like sub pop, like EDM sound. And one of the lines in the chorus is, "I stare directly in the sun, but never in the mirror." And I don't know why, but that comes off as being very self-harmy. And like it's completely diluted too. It's like a stupid lyric in general because like staring directly at the sun implies like self-harm, but like also never staring directly in the mirror implies that you're denying like reality. You're not willing to confront the things that you don't like about like yourself and reality. You're basically avoiding problems that you've made, and it just on the surface level that's how it comes off to me. But like chicks like it because it implies vanity. You don't like yourself. You're dissatisfied with yourself, and you'd rather hurt yourself than actually. You know, like I get why they identify with it. It's a very on-the-nose lyric, but the further implication is that this isn't like some chick that's playing like pseudo country on an acoustic guitar. This is like, when I think of programming, you think of like Zoolander or whatever when they're listening.
Soros owns her catalog, dude.
That's just it,
Bought
man.
her catalog, and she wasn't even stoked about it. But like, you're telling me that they're not doing funky shit,
Bro. Like,
what's the message though?
I think it's just like
you know the angle of the rap one where it's like we want to generate more incarcerations and make more money. Like, what is the motive? What
enticing girls and specifically
promiscuity?
No, self-harm is like a huge thing right now. What's every other ad on Facebook? BetterHelp. Fucking talk to a therapist.
There's a whole issue with that. Apparently they're dog shit.
Oh yeah, they're like about to get fucking shut down. And then what's the other one? Mushrooms. Instead of taking your fucking normal antipsychotic meds, take fucking Mind Bloom or whatever. So there's like all this like stuff where it's
and
like
Blue Chew.
feel something and blow some backs out while you're tripping balls. I don't fucking know.
Can't get hard because you watch too much porn your
And
entire life.
talk to a therapist about it. Just like
We'll give you boner pills and a hot therapist.
and a hot therapist and shrooms. And you'll just be out of your fucking mind on boomers masturbating on a webcam. No wonder it's not working. Everybody's just calling in, fucking tugging it. Like,
I was
I'm
on my
helping.
phone so long. I was trying to remember the devil at the crossroads itself. It's Papa Legba. It's one of the
Papa Ligma.
He's the guy with the fucking the guy with the hat. The devil with the hat.
Yeah.
He's portrayed in the music industry a lot with the guy.
The guy with the hat.
You don't really see his face. That's the guy. That's Satan's fucking one of his right hand men. That's his Silvio.
I like the pirate in Under. You still never seen it, but Under the Silver Lake, there's a guy that's dressed like a pirate, and he's like it's just jarring in the like diegetic realm of the movie. But I very much, sort of.
No, it's
Hang
a
on.
different movie.
Nah, hang on. No, like
Voodoo Man.
Voodoo Man. No, this is he's a little bit more cartoonishly pirate. Pirate from.
It was hard to find. I actually remembered it on my own after trying to Google it for like 3 minutes straight. It's like devil with the hat, devil at the crossroads. Like nothing's coming up. This big fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, I know, right? There's some fucking gnarly. Yeah,
Where the fuck did he go?
it's right behind you.
Oh.
Right behind ya. Yeah, there's a lot of iconography in that fucking movie that's really fucking fun. You should watch it. Under the Silver Lake. It's all about conspiracies. And it's great. It's hilarious. There's a part, fucking legs getting sunburnt. But no, the devil at the crossroads thing. I think that they're encouraging
I was
people.
fascinated with that for a little while.
They're encouraging people to self-harm because it's like they don't ever want to sell you a cure. They want to keep you sad. They want to keep you depressed. But I also think that there's like some like ulterior, like beneath the surface
Blood
level
ritual.
Not even,
demon.
no, not like that. Like I think like that guy spazzed and shot at Trump. Like where the fuck does that come from?
Don't even get me started.
I'm not gonna get you started on it, but I mean like where
I think
the fuck
he was a plant by the CIA or by whoever the fuck.
well, the FBI. I think it was the FBI. We talked about this like 2 or 3 episodes ago about how the
There's so
FBI and the
much-
CIA are
There's
split.
too much fucking coincidence and like there was just what's the word incompetency or whatever like
Yeah.
but I think it was done purposefully. Like I think I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
just like they had the C team there that day. It was like a bunch of like dykes. Like it was not.
Did you hear Shane Gillis say that the one that couldn't get her pistol back over her fupa into the holster looked exactly like him, and he was like, God damn it. That was fucking hilarious.
It was just it's too weird. It's creepy.
But anyway, like
Could have been a stunt
but
by
that's-
Trump himself too.
But that's what I mean. Even if it's like I have obviously like my reservations about it. I think exactly like you're thinking. Like this could be a publicity stunt, but this could also be the FBI fucking up in motion.
There was a Fed going back and forth from his house in Washington. Like,
Yeah, did you see that?
regularly.
Yeah, there was like a
it just
house that was like in the FBI's name, and they like brought him fucking guns and shit.
Yeah,
but
dude, it's
there's
fucking
Stephen
shiesty.
Paddock, man. Like, but yeah. Anyway, like
That one's
Yeah,
his
but-
brother did an interview or something recently.
from prison or whatever.
Yeah, because they hemmed him up on a bunch of like pedo charges.
Yeah, well, he got hemmed up because
He was speaking out about.
Yeah, he got interviewed by the press, and then they were like, "Oh, we just happened to find 600
It's
something
like a laptop that he
gigabytes
never
of-"
owned. Like,
Yeah,
it was
like-
literally not his. Like,
And he's like, "I'm not suicidal. They comped all our sushi. Comped." It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, that to wrap up the Taylor Swift thing, I think it is like it encourages, much like the rap industry encourages people to do drugs and hurt each other,
Commit crimes.
Yeah, this is like something where it's like on the surface level, it's a
Just want white chicks
they
to cut
want
their wrists.
they want well no they want to keep them. They don't want to cure depression. They want to perpetuate an industry that they have completely created by making like the whatchamacallit, where you're longing, like the grass is always greener on the other side, because you're constantly on social media and you're listening to these sad songs. It's like, well, maybe you should
Half my Spotify playlist is sad country songs.
That's why I
It's
don't
like-
have Spotify. I deliberately seek out music I want to listen to so that I don't have this fucking George Soros controlled fucking bullshit app engineering a playlist for me. And it's like, I get it. Rogan's on there. I don't care. He's on YouTube now again too. So like, I don't give a fuck. But
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He's on YouTube again. But their YouTube's pushing him hard.
yeah. Well, I think they have
Every time a
backlog.
video ends, they put on a full Rogan episode after. It's like I'm watching like 5 to 10 minute videos, like random shit about NASCAR, shit
Yeah.
about fucking Bigfoot. Like,
Hell yeah.
I'm not in the mood to sit down for a 3-hour talk with fucking some physicist or something. It's just like, oh, welcome, Dr. Smith, and I'm like, what the? You just
give me Sam
I have my
Morril.
phone over here and I just hear the Rogan theme song playing, and I'm like, this
Joe
is
Rogan
nice.
podcast.
Yeah, it's like, all day, all night, Blacktooth podcast.
Podcast. Train by day, cook by night.
Smoke weed all day. Play NASCAR all night.
Sit in the shed all night. Frig off, Bubble. Or frig off, Leahy.
I wonder what the other ones are though. Like, so black people commit crimes, white chicks be sad, buy therapy and Prozac.
Dua Lipa.
What about
Dua
like Led
Lipa's-
Zeppelin? Who are they? What are they trying to
Well, that I think was like more.
trying to get a Columbine type dude? Or
Nah, there was a lot
is
of
that
like.
Marilyn Manson's lane?
No, there's like a lot of letter bombs going around in the 70s. You got to also remember, there's like a shitload of like mayhem that happened that just got kind of brushed under the rug, because like 9/11 was that thing where it was like we got so
everything changed.
We got so fixated on 9/11 and like the introduction of the Patriot Act that like you completely forget that like in LA in like 83, I think some guy just like massacred like 60 people at a McDonald's. Like, he just walked into a McDonald's and took hostage and started shooting people. It was like it was insane.
What about
And-
that bank robbery in LA? Like
Yeah, the LA.
90s,
Yeah, did you ever hear about Rogan talking about that?
That was what made the officers start carrying like militaristic weapons.
Yeah, ARs. Well, because they had to go to gun stores and buy M16s or
During
like,
the battle.
lease them, because they only had shotguns on hand, and the dudes had armor plating, like they were all plated up.
Shoot a guy at range with a shotgun. Like,
Yeah, it was useless, and these dudes armored their car at first, and I think that was like kind of one of the reasons that they like slowed down. I think they shot the engine of their car and it was like already armored, but like the engine died or some shit. And then they split, and the one dude I think shot himself in the head by accident because his gun jammed, and then the other dude got clipped in the neck and slumped. And it was a fucking
crazy
wild,
one, man.
It was a wild one. There was a lot of bank robberies back there that back then though. Like people completely think like DB Cooper is like this work of fiction, but DB Cooper was like something that really had like people afraid to fly for a while, because he hijacked the plane. Like,
Yeah.
he was not like someone that was like, oh, I'm just gonna like jump out of the plane, willy nilly, like bye everybody.
He's like romanticized now.
yeah,
but
exactly. But that was like a
That
scary.
was their 9/11.
Yeah, that was
is
like
there
a-
going to be a fucking armed robber with less class than, especially if is there going to be someone inspired by this? 'Cause
Yeah,
there's always you
well,
know,
like in Munich happened, like all like the Olympic team that got grenaded to death by I think Al Qaeda or something like that, or like some terrorist.
shocker.
It was stupid. That was a whole thing. If you ever watch that movie too, every fucking person is like there's a line in the 40-Year-Old Virgin where Seth Rogen's like talking with his friends. He's like, dude, you ever see Munich? That movie's badass. It's like, you guys are committing fucking war crimes under the guise of the Mossad being correct here, because you guys didn't feel like you got your just due at the Nuremberg trials. It's fucked up. It's like a whole complex onion of issues. I'm not gonna start ranting about that.
Remember 20 years ago, someone in
Yes.
Marmora hit Commerce Bank at the time, and the one on Roosevelt Boulevard.
Yep, same day.
PNC or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, within like a quick span. That was like a big deal.
There's a big deal when the
They
guy
caught him though, right?
There was a guy that robbed a TD not too long ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and one of my coworkers
Where?
used to
Which
date him.
TD?
Ours, Marmora.
Really?
Yeah, he walked in. He wasn't unarmed. He just had like a note, and they took him for like I think like $5,200, like not much. And he
They
got
get
caught.
him?
Caught immediately, and he's in prison now. He's in prison for like another 2 years, I think. He got like 5 or something like that. But yeah, it wasn't strong arm, so he got a reduced sentence. But
What
yeah,
the why did he do that?
needed money, meth head, Villas guy. It all kind of adds up.
He's like, oh, I'll go up north.
I'm gonna go further north. Not gonna leave the county. I don't know if that was like a strategy thing or what, but
Math checks out. Villa's guy.
there was a guy that was talking about how easy it is to rob a bank. He's one of those Boston dudes that was like from South.
I love that. That's like
the town area.
That's Boston's version of like moonshiners. Like
Yeah,
that,
dude, it's
was,
great.
Like, there was a time in the '80s where there was more bank robberies than fucking schools. Or something.
It was, like the statistic was like the
more
most,
men were working bank robbers than they were working 9-to-5 jobs. We went out every day and we robbed banks.
One of my favorite parts about fucking Boston was that everybody kept their fucking mouth shut and those fucking guineas stayed on their side of the fucking tracks. Dude, one of my favorite things to do while I'm walking the dog and nobody's around is I just start saying Irish names and then giving them little backstories, but I just like make them up off the top of my head. So I do it at work
My
sometimes.
name's Benny Mickelstein.
No,
I'm
like-
half Jewish, half Irish. and I'll fucking eat your
You
hat.
gotta give it like a real Irish, bro.
I
Like,
can't really do a good
Timothy O'Connor used to take a pail down to the creek every morning and take his mother, Sandra O'Connor, Sinead O'Connor, a
Sandy.
bucket of water. Father McCreary could be seen sneaking away from the chapel to go down the pub for a pint once in a while. I just do this while walking the dog by myself.
That's fucking insane.
I am
dude.
a crazy person.
That's wild. I
Mr.
do an accent, but I can't.
Michael McGillicuddy has been known to stay up late and take strolls
I'll
through
do that, but Chinese. Like,
very
we
good.
make a chicken for dinner. Oh, Tina's like, you're so racist. Oh, white girl, call me racist. Just not even a good accent.
Ring me. I don't even have a good Chinese accent. Oh, very good.
When I used to chill with Jan, I was locked in with
Yeah,
Chinese
dialed
accents.
in,
Me and
man.
Jan were chilling every day, and like, if I thought about it, I couldn't impersonate him. But if I just started riffing, like I sounded pretty close to Jan, and then my dad would always be like, "Do Jan," and I'd be like, "Hello." I couldn't do it like under
Jan's
pressure.
Kim Jong Un from Kim Jong Il from Team America.
Fucking
Hello, Hans
Rim-
Bricks.
Remo.
Rimo. Didn't say Rimazine, you fucking racist. Oh yeah, the other one.
Irish is wild though. That was a pretty good accent.
I
too. It's
practice
just
all the time.
Boston, I used to do a lot when we were watching Ray Donovan.
Did I ever show you the thing that's like the Scottish people? There's just Scottish people.
Funny.
Yeah, that one. Did I show you that?
No, me and Tina used to do a jokey Scottish accent from time to time.
It was like,
oh, this lass and a fanny.
fuck, what the hell?
Scottish yard.
Fuck.
Scottish is an abhorrent language.
Oh,
or
it's a
abhorrent
terrible
dialect.
terrible fucking dialect, but it's hilarious.
I
It's
can't
one-
understand it.
I
Scottish accent on a hot chick though.
Foxy. I liked
Let
what
me
you,
blow your pepper sausage. Some weird
What-
fucking. What's
yeah.
their term for penis in Scotland?
uh
I blow his dink.
think god damn it, I can't find it. It's
What are you looking for over there, Tarzan?
the Scottish. It's fucking the best of the Scottish accent. God damn it.
Was that like an older edited clip or whatever?
Yeah, but it's just got this chick that like the look at all those chickens chick.
Look at all those chickens.
It's
She's probably like 20 now.
yeah, there's a video that she just did. I'm never gonna be able to fucking find this thing. Probably got taken down anyway. But it yeah, there's this like fucking very extremely Scottish chick walking through Paris under the Eiffel Tower. It goes, look at the size of that lamppost. I've been saying that like the way I say it, like look at all those chickens.
The one I remember is who the fuck took a shit in the toilet and didn't flush it? Disgusting.
There's this little kid who rolls himself up in a blanket and he goes, Dad, look, I'm a joint. It's like the Snapchat caption is, I'm the worst father ever. And then there's like one where it's like a little girl playing with her dog. Like her dog's just like sitting there looking stupid. And she's got a sausage in her hand. She goes, how are you doing, Bailey? I got a sausage. Do you want to have it? And the dog turns around and sticks its ass up in the air. And she goes, oh, no. They're not doing that. It's fucking great. I love it.
Scottish lady accent's pretty fucking dope.
Have you ever seen Trainspotting? I asked you this like 17
No.
episodes ago. Yeah, Trainspotting rules. It's got some beautiful Scottish accents. It's got the girl from No Country for Old Men. There's Llewellyn's wife.
I don't remember.
All right, so
I remember
she-
the guy with the creepy haircut. That's
Yeah,
about it.
and Board.
Llewellyn, is he the old guy? Trying
Yeah,
to hunt
Josh
down?
Brolin. Josh Brolin's character, and
Okay.
he's married to a chick that she's got a really good West Texas accent, and yeah, she's married to him.
That sounds even better from further away.
It
Like,
sounds
really
more,
echoes,
more
like it's
authentic.
down the hallway or something.
Yeah.
What about Llewellyn's wife though?
So she's in Train Spotting. She's the female lead in Train
Is
Spotting.
she Scottish?
And she's Scottish, and she does a fuck. There's this part where she's like rambling at you and
YouTube ad just started playing on its own, dude.
sometimes I thought that my life would never slow down. But yeah, she's got a fucking phenomenal Scottish accent. She's talking about how she's gonna fuck him, and then it turns out she's like an underage girl, which is like it's irony. It's hilarious. In the book, it's fucking funny too. There's this part where her name is Diane in the book, and in the sequel, which is called Porno, there's this part where Diane sets her roommate up with one of the characters named Sick Boy. And they go on a date, and the chick is rambling about philosophy and he's not paying attention, and every chapter of the book is told from a different perspective. So the first part of this chapter is told from her perspective, and the second part is told from his perspective, and he says something to her from her perspective where he's like quoting Immanuel Kant, which his name is Kant, but with the Scottish accent it kind of sounds like you're saying cunt. So he quotes this thing to her, and she's like, I don't know why the fuck this man is quoting Immanuel Kant while we're on a date. And then the chapter ends and it switches to his perspective, and he's like, yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool that I quoted some Dead Boys lyrics to her, and then she called me a cunt. Yeah, it's such a fucking charming book. It's so fucking abhorrent, but it's great. It's fucking hilarious.
What's it called?
Well, Train Spotting is the series, but the sequel is called Porno, and it's about them making pornography. So
What's
it
the
was
book though?
Porno.
That's just a book called Porno.
Yes.
Okay.
I brought it to the beach with me one time and read it, and everybody was giving me some side eye.
Yeah, it's not one you can really read on the train,
it's
dude.
fucking morbid too. It's like everything about it. There's a part where a dude explodes his cock with a fucking one of those inflatable, like you make your pecker.
Penis pump?
Yeah, penis pump. He explodes and he has to go to the hospital. And it's a very cheeky, funny part of the book. But then, like after you're done reading that part, you're like kind of like, ow, what? Ow, oof.
I'll never forget when we took my 2-week-old firstborn Vincent to the hospital in Atlantic City. He kept choking on milk and turning blue, and it was really scary. And we'd been waiting in the ER lobby with a bunch of crackheads for like 3 to 4 hours to finally get seen at this, because it was like a Friday night in Atlantic City. And we're in the triage. They're literally triaging us behind the reception desk, because like all the triage rooms were full. And like all they had to do was like weigh them and do the normal like any allergies type shit, and what's going on, mom and dad, that whole thing. But we're literally just behind the reception desk where people are coming in and saying like, hey, I have a tummy ache, or you know. And this guy comes in and he's like giving his information, blah blah, and it comes time to tell him. He's like with his girlfriend or something like that. 2 like, you know, young, fit, good looking folks.
Cross folks.
And yeah, something like that. They worked out, and this guy probably did a little steroids. Anyway, he comes in and they're like, so what's going on? And he's like, it's a little personal. And they're like, what? And like the girlfriend's like, he's having a priapism. He took erection medication, and his erection has been going on for longer than 4 hours, and we're afraid it's going to
explode.
And like
Priapism,
the black ladies were like, okay, like, yeah, we'll fucking, you know, exactly who you picture working here.
That ain't my job.
Nah, they were like, okay, we'll take care of you, baby.
You got that fucking sound again, dude.
We'll take care of you, baby. And they don't embarrass him or anything. I'm the only person in the room who heard
Chuckling.
it. And then they like finally get us into the room, and the nurse is like, this motherfucker took some boner pills. Like she was just like frying him. Like,
I would too. That's fucking hilarious.
that's a tough one, man.
That is. That's a tough sell.
It goes from like a funny joke to like, my penis is actually going to explode now.
Yeah.
Like we need to seek medical attention.
The View. One of my favorite things that has been also, besides MK Ultra experiments, there is a. Have you seen that chick on the Peloton who keeps getting extremely mad at people for making the leaderboard names funny? And she like had she quit.
I think I vaguely heard about this on some podcast, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, so first of all, Peloton is a retarded way of working out. If you can't go to a place,
ride a bike.
Just go ride a bike. First off. Second off, if you really need to ride in a mobile piece of machinery to work out, go to a spin class where at least it's like someone's going to be in the same room as you and see that
It's just this whole thing of where they're trying to, you know,
make you self-isolate or whatever. Fucking, and yeah, I get it. I know why, but like
DoorDash.
yeah.
And like, you don't even have to leave your house. You don't have to ride your bike anywhere. You can just
They
ride
want
right in
you
your
to-
living room.
They want you to be more complacent, gain weight, don't exercise, don't work for anything. The government will pay for that, you know. Don't
buy
work.
this $5,000 coat
piece of-
rack that
yeah.
you're just gonna hang fucking
Yeah,
laundry
never
on.
use once. Make your name Funny Boner 69, and then the Puerto Rican chick's gonna yell at you and be like, "No, I am not saying that." It's like, so
Come on, funny boner, push it.
come on.
Let's get the 69% speed.
Yeah, like, so I there's like a guy that does it. He takes it in stride. There's like,
Sorry.
it's okay. You're having some technical difficulties over there.
I literally went to put my hand down and my fingers touched the screen and it like
Yeah.
clicked the next video, which an ad came up. I'm gonna put the ceiling chicken over here.
Ceiling
I
chicken.
wanted to have it ready.
What
so I
does
could
the
just-
ceiling bird sing? But the yeah, like, I don't get why someone who's making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to just ride a bicycle in front of a camera for a couple 100,000 people, probably less than that, probably like tens of thousands of people. Why it gets her so agitated that people make their fucking names funny and like deliberately try to derail the thing. Like, it's just part of like the nature.
Probably didn't bother her at first, but then
It's just
she
like,
probably showed her hand a little bit that annoyed her. She probably
Yeah.
didn't spaz though, and then they're like, "Oh, we're."
no,
gonna
she did
fucking
spaz. She had like a meltdown
Immediately?
but not immediately.
I'm
but,
saying like in the beginning
in the
though, she was
beginning.
probably like, "All right,
Playing
guys,
along.
come on."
Yeah, she was
And
like,
then, like the next day, they're like, "We're gonna fucking."
light her up.
What are they saying though? What are some of the?
So, like, there was
'cause
one that-
I could see if you made like a punny one or something like PG-13. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
like
big
you remember?
hog or something. But if you're like, fucking, I hate N-words. Like,
Yeah,
you
well,
can't
so like
fucking.
CBS Sports was the best because DePaulo, when they were live streaming DePaulo's run in the Colossus tournament, like all his fans hopped on the stream and were like in the comments as like Barry McCockiner and like alcoholic and shit like that, and just like
Ben Dover.
Ben Doverson, yeah, and like they would get on the like they would be like Ben Doverson says, and it's like they would just roll with it. They didn't give a fuck, and that's how you deal with it. You just
Yes.
kind of let it roll off you. But this chick getting so fucking butthurt about it that she like quit her job is like, come the
Joe
fuck
Mama,
on.
fucking.
Come the fuck on. Like, how entitled are you as a fucking person? where
She
you-
quit her job about it.
She changed platforms or something like that. She went to a non-Peloton brand like workout thing and like is like self-promoting her own workout, I guess,
Just
equipment.
spin her out. Could have been a strategic. move.
Maybe. I mean, there's always that too. They always are like they can see the writing on the walls that these are very finite.
Looking for a reason to get out of a contract.
Well, also like Peloton. How many units are we really moving of those? Like, it was a cool fad, but it's like everybody has
Probably
one.
petering off. It's not
Well-
a purchase you make every year, but don't they sell
Well, the resale
membership or something?
Yeah, so what it is,
That's probably where the bread and butter is.
the resale on them is extremely low. Like, you can basically get a used Peloton for like a couple $100 when they retail it like 4,000, I think. Purely because you don't get the
sick
warranty.
real bike for $4,000.
I know.
Like a fucking Lance Armstrong, like
Yeah.
touring bike.
Yeah, and you don't get the warranty with it. It's got like a warranty that expires once you transfer ownership, and it's like you need to like resubscribe. So the second you brick the fucking account or whatever and upload a new account, automatically tells you that it resold. So they're not gonna honor any warranties if it breaks. So you're fucked. You have
Do
to.
they
call
break often?
Yeah, they're pretty fucking fragile from what I've
Oh,
heard.
really?
Like, I mean, they're like
I thought
durable.
for that price point they'd be like bulletproof.
Not like bulletproof. I've heard of people like leaning on them funny, like because they are supposed to be like a dynamic workout bike, and like you lean too far to one side, they'll tip over and break, and like you got like
You fall on your fucking head.
your fat ass.
Fuck, that sucks.
It does, but what can you fucking do?
I never really liked stationary bikes.
I'm not a fan of it.
I didn't. Let's talk about gym equipment I didn't like when I used to work out in high school. Yeah, I hated going. I had a trainer when I first got into ice hockey, and it did me great. Like it made me a better player, better conditioning, all that. But I hated fucking going. I was smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds and Dutch Masters and the fucking tinfoil gravity bongs, and I couldn't fucking breathe in there. But he would have me doing like the thing where you just put like, I don't even know, they're like little step-up platforms and they stack up or whatever, and he would just put like one in the middle of the room. I'd have to put my feet together and jump over like back and forth. My man tits are hitting me in the fucking forehead. It's just not, I'm in Under Armour, like it's just a bad look for me. There's mirrors around the entire room. That wasn't fun. He was kind of a weird dude. John Agnew. He was a trainer at Summers Point Fitness for a while. He had braces for like 10 years, which I don't fault you for fucking wanting to have nice teeth if you can afford it now at this age or whatever the fuck. Like, good for you. But he was just, the weird thing is he like dyed his hair like platinum blonde, like Slim Shady. And he was just definitely like on juice or something. Like he was like he looked like Batista, and he was just like, I go on 12-mile runs every morning. Like, you gotta have it. Like, he was like a total like gym bro. Like, he was nice to me though. I fucked with him. He sucked me off in the fucking bathroom and made me do less jumping. But no, I was a big. I don't love the treadmill, but I'd do it. I like the elliptical because it's like treadmill on easy mode. I didn't like stationary bikes. I don't like the stair climber thing at all. I don't like the crew rowing machine at all. I never felt like I was doing that right. The fucking
rowing machine.
it's just like it has these different resistances, and it's just it feels like trying to pull start a lawnmower. It's fucked up. Like it's just like why is it pulling hard now, and then sometimes it's just like it's like not working. Like I remember having to do that in like the high school gym on like weight day or whatever, like weight room day, and like oh do this, like or we'd all have to get on the stationary bikes. I fucking hated those, dude.
I used to do like 10 minutes on the treadmill to warm up, like walk, little jog maybe, 10 minutes on the Stairmaster in between, like so like while I'm juiced, like you're all whatever, because I go treadmill, upper body, Stairmaster, get the legs warmed up, do a little lower body, and then go back and like if I'm isolating something like biceps or traps or something,
Chest day, push day, baby.
so like
Let
do
me
that.
hit the Smith.
Then cool down on the treadmill or sometimes the elliptical.
Were you
but-
good at benching?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at
I was
benching.
never that great. Oh god.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, let's spark that blunt before this gets
Scaring away the
fucking
voodoo.
derailed. Yeah, dude, the voodoo.
I think the most I ever did was 1 plate on each side and then a 10 as well on each side.
Here, can
Nothing
you scooch
crazy.
a little bit that way so
Yeah.
we can get Jade in frame? Celebrity. Celebrity?
Lightning round, Jay? What's your personal record on the bench press?
Oh wait, did you ever see the video of him falling over?
205.
Ah, nice. I had.
That's weak.
That's better than I did. I had 1 plate and 110 on each side. I don't even know what it adds up to. 70. The plates are 35. The 10.
We're gonna get copywritten if I
8,
play with the
90
audio.
plus what? 40, that's 135 or something. Not very good. I was like 17. Probably do like not even a plate now.
205. So
Here, look at Jay
Not a
doing
big deal.
free weights.
Oh, I did see this.
Yeah, free weights day. Jay just lean. Yeah, he goes to lean back. He
Scarlett
takes.
takes a tumble.
Yep. Whoop.
Gotta wear a helmet to the gym.
Yeah, Jay.
I didn't hurt myself.
I didn't hurt myself. So tell Jake. Here, take this.
What?
Tell Jake about your set yesterday.
I did it.
Why don't you get in frame?
Hi, TV Land.
You're not really good at this podcasting thing, are you?
Nope,
Why do you keep going on?
because they invite me, just like what you did. So anyway, my set at the Tropicana was very nice.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That looked cool.
It was very cool.
What was the room called again?
The Firewater Saloon.
Basement bar.
A guy
fuck
asked the 3 comics who does the best impression of Donald Trump, and none of us did them. But I thought about it. What if I did Pee Wee Herman doing an impression of Donald Trump?
Well, could you do that for us now?
I'm going to do that now? All right. Mr. President Duck. What? I meant to do that. That was Pee Wee Herman impersonating Donald Trump getting shot in the ear.
Now turn around and do another impression. So, do you remember that guy in Vineland that was turning around and messing his hair up, and it was like his clothes?
I don't have any hair.
Do you remember though when we were in Vineland, that guy's closing bit was every celebrity from like 1992. If they were in the Wizard of Oz, and it was like Christopher Walken, and you turn around and mess his hair up, and you come back and be like, "I need to get a heart. I don't know what to do." Remember
Wasn't
that?
that like a talent show or something? And his talent was.
Well, it was
open
it was an open mic. You said you wanted me to
told him
get
to
in
get in
frame.
frame.
in frame. We're having a conversation.
I know. Hi. I hope you like my Pee Wee Herman Donald Trump impersonation.
Can you do a Donald Trump impersonation?
That's a
Nope.
tough one.
I can't.
Oh, really?
I can't. I can do it as Pee Wee Herman.
Try doing one. Try doing a Trump. Like genuinely try.
I can't. I don't know how.
Genuinely try.
I don't even know what he sounds like.
We're gonna do very big things. It's gonna
See?
be great. We're
That's
the greatest
what it-
country in the world. It's gonna
That's
be
Jake.
good.
He's
Okay. So
I don't know. I can't. I'm not.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
It's the best. I did the best Trump impersonation
sit
in
on
the
Daddy's
world.
lap, Ivanka. Sit on Daddy's lap.
You gotta get the mannerisms now. Just to get a.
No. No.
He's a fun one to impersonate.
fun.
I like to do George Bush back when we were kids.
great one.
You fool me once, you
Best
ain't gonna
George
fool
Bush
me again.
impersonation. Kathleen Madigan. She called him Yosemite Sam, and she started doing. Where's those Iraqis? She was funny.
Kathleen Madigan is funny.
That was the funniest George Bush impersonation I ever heard.
Did you ever hear her joke about the Civil War and how she's from Missouri?
No.
She's like, I don't even know what side we fought for, but they talk with southern accents. Can't place them.
Okay.
Was Missouri in the north, or weren't they Union? Or was that West Virginia was Union?
I thought West Virginia was Union.
Talked
I
about that
don't even
recently.
think Missouri was a state at that point in time.
Got any fun Civil War facts, Jay?
So I gotta go.
Could you go in through the front though, so she doesn't run out? Jay, come on. For me,
She'll chomp me on the fucking leg.
yeah. Yes, she will. It's not locked. Jay Scrocca,
Thanks for coming on,
all
Hollywood.
right, he's gonna be in what? Virginia? Where?
Ashburn, Virginia.
Ashburn, Virginia.
Smashburn, Virginia.
Ashburn, Virginia.
Asperger, Virginia.
Something in Claus.
Claus.
Claus or something in Ashburn, Virginia.
Santa Claus.
There is a town in the Midwest called Santa Claus, and it's like the whole Christmas themed town. Very low population. I read an obituary. It's in North Carolina. I read an obituary, and there was like, and his family from Santa Claus, North Carolina. And I thought that they were saying he was related to Santa Claus, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, that's their touristy theme. They have a Christmas museum. They have a whole Asbury Avenue that's Christmas all year long. It's pretty gay, but
Everybody, no, a regular Santa says ho ho ho. Gay Santa says ho ho mo.
or hey hey hey.
That was one of my favorite Matt Pass jokes. Is when he was doing the open mics, he would say, "What does a gay horse eat?" Hey hey hey. It's like so stupid.
Chow, a Divererci.
Off we design.
Okie dokie.
I speak the most
Tzatziki
Italian.
stand.
Yeah, he was learning all the Middle Eastern countries today.
Oh, that's lovely.
What's the one that I didn't know?
Kyrgyzstan.
No,
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. You ever heard of that, Jay?
Bye, Jay. Pee Wee Herman is Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Come see him.
That was Pee Wee Trump. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
It was a pretty good impression. I wasn't my favorite impression.
Little
It was
weak. Little weak.
Little Joe Scrocca.
I would do a better Pee Wee Herman Trump impression if I wanted to do that, but
I like that. You were rolling there for a
I've
sec.
heard Shane describe how to do it on multiple different podcasts. He's kind of
You know what I can do? I can do a pretty good Barack.
not bad. Well,
I can do
ladies and gentlemen, we have to come together as a nation, and we have to take COVID-19 very seriously for the safety of all Americans. I want you all to get vaccinated. And if you get vaccinated, if you're black, you get a free KFC coupon. If you're white, you get a Krispy Kreme. Obama out. Just drops the mic.
Yeah, so like,
That lady's got a pecker.
my name is Barack Obama, and I'm a real.
That's a fucking smoke alarm, not the chirp.
I thought I was gonna do it once.
He thought it was gonna chirp.
I thought I was just gonna chirp.
It's pull the fire alarm. That would have been such a funny bit if you got it right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Barack Obama.
Ladies
I
and
want to talk about Colt 45.
My name is Barack Obama. I smoke Newport cigarettes. My presidency is exclusively sponsored by the Chinese People's
Let's go.
Republic. Yeah, dude.
You did it now. Playing an ad.
That's you.
Oh, fuck. I thought you did it. Your phone was just the wrong sound effect, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
That also works. I thought that was going to be funny, but I guess the car alarm does work for this bit. That was my favorite one. Remember they used to have they would have toy laser guns when you were a kid, and they would just do car alarm sound effects.
Oh yeah.
Gunpoint. Okay, gunpoint 132 in Bush. Coverage code 3. Thanks, guys. Phoenix 2514 can transmit on tag 2. Tangle, still send a code 3.
My name is Barack Obama, and I'm here. I don't know. It's
Hold on.
I'm making myself laugh at that. That shit's so stupid. I hear a plane. Look at all of those chickens. What is this, waiting for my Ruka?
I typed in drive-by shooting sound effects.
Nice. Have you seen that VR game called Crashing Out that's like all over shorts right now and people keep calling it the O-Block Simulator?
No.
Yeah, it's just you walk around with like a VR headset and you're like it's like GTA basically, and you can get in cars and like rob people and shoot people with Dracos. Oh shit. Got a lot of bleeps on this one.
O-Block Simulator.
Yeah, the O-Block Simulator.
Called Gorilla.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, dude.
Barry's probably fucking cracking up in the living room right now too. He's like, I can't show this to your aunt. I can't. He's got to be selective with what he shows her.
Who?
My aunt. My aunt's boyfriend, Barry. He shout out. He's like a dedicated listener. He's a very, very cool, good guy. Got a great taste in movies. Has a hell of a what am I trying to say here? He's a good guy. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know. He's a listener. Shout out. Apparently he doesn't like that we.
This is not a slave hymn.
Swing low. I'm Barack Obama, and I swing low. Sweet chariot. Yeah.
This is
depressing.
On the racism fucking. Hold on, I got one. I'm literally just.
Let's just stomp the yard.
Basketball.
Oh. Sounds good, kind of like gunshots.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
more
good.
like
That's
it.
more
Out-
like
out-
it. That sounds like a
outside court.
dodgeball. You ever play dodgeball or like kickball or anything with like one of those like actually like woven
Oh, they're the
nylon
best,
balls?
dude.
I got smacked in the fucking head with one of those and it was like overinflated, and I remember it was like bulged out to one side, and the way it flew, it was like there's no way it's gonna hit my head, and then as soon as it fucking curved, it just curved right back into my face and like
They used them at UTES when we were
Township
kids.
Elementary.
They used those, and I was in like 4th or 5th grade when they switched to those foam ones.
They
Remember?
had gator skin balls.
Yeah, they were fun too.
They were. You get some good curve on them.
You could throw them better. It's hard as a kid to get a good grip on this big, but that's what made it a little safer too. Cause
Yeah,
you could
'cause
really get some torque on them gator bitches.
Yeah, those gator balls, you get hit like in the throat
Curve
or like
them
in the
like a
chest or
motherfucker.
something. Yeah, they'll fucking smack you up.
Didn't hurt too bad, but hurt your pride. You know,
Did hurt your
they'll
pride.
knock you off your feet and shit. We talked about the Travis Tomlin incident.
Yes.
Senior year. I'm gonna come back with some banger sound effects next week, dude.
Right on. We're gonna have an entire soundboard made. This is an India people.
NBA horn.
Oh, I thought it was a train horn. I was like, India people. I watched a cow get fucking demolished by a train the other day on 4chan.
That's a fun one.
Oh yeah, it just explodes, and like all these Indian people start freaking out and running toward it.
Sorry. All right.
I can feel myself getting food poisoning.
I feel myself getting robbed.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, buddy. Dude. You
My name is Marissa. I'm here with TD Bank.
yeah. They keep calling me and telling me that I need to get my my Medicare Medicaid insurance situated.
So I know you're not on Facebook, but I posted last week about I keep getting these calls in succession, several calls for a moving company to move me from like Philly to Atlantic City or something.
Yeah.
This was right after the Ticketmaster data breach. So I'm getting all these calls about moving companies, and the other one is someone ordered a 2023 Chevy Express work van, and they're like trying to like ship it to like Atlantic City. And
Hell
they're like,
yeah.
hello, Mr. Jake. Like we have your
van.
2023 Chevy Express work van. Like if you still want us to transport it, call us back. I'm like,
No.
I didn't order a fucking like. Dude, I got voicemails of it fucking today, like this morning. I'm like, who the
Mr.
fuck-
Seymour, we would like to let you know that your work van is ready. We only took 3 dumps in it.
I guess
Mr.
I
S-
deleted the voicemail.
Mr. Seymour.
I don't have them. I
wonder
fucking
if I got
erased
any
them.
good voicemails. That's a good question.
This is my last voicemails from fucking July. That's a lot. I didn't delete it, so I don't know what the fuck happened, but.
Oh, I think I have the voicemail. My boss very upset at me when I was in Colorado, telling me that I need to come back to work, and I said no.
Yeah, I had one this morning. It was, I don't remember deleting it. It was just like, hello, Jake. This is Christopher from,
Christopher Multisanti.
from Express Vehicle Transport. Like, let us know if you're still interested in transporting your 23 Chevy Express. It's a real company. Like, someone
Just
used my information.
fraudulently,
Yeah, like these are, because everyone's like, oh, they're a scam. Don't fall for it. I'm like, no. Like, I looked these companies up. They're like real vehicle transport companies. Like, I don't.
It's just they're just using your
I
information.
hope a Chevy Express work van just shows up at my door
That'd
one
be
day.
pretty fucking sick.
Sweet.
Use
dude.
the work van to push the Ranger or the fucking
The Larry.
the Lariat out.
I haven't started the Larry in so long that the fucking battery's dead now. But
Gotta jump it.
I need to get that paperwork from the whole estate thing so I want to register. I need some things I got to do, but I don't want to risk getting it impounded and that whole headache. So
Yeah.
I need my dirt bike fixed. It's just a flat tire, but I can't ride it to the shop like that. So it's like I'm about to just throw it in the fucking truck and just drive it to Ocean View and just hope for the best. Like if I
Hell
get pulled
yeah.
over, be like, look, I know I'm not supposed to be driving this, but
It's all I got, officer.
that's my grandpa's, and start crying.
Yeah, that would actually probably
We
work.
lost him last year.
We haven't found him. Did you ever
He had bad
hear that?
dementia. He went on a walk and he never came home.
Did you ever hear that Norm Macdonald joke where he was like on some like talk show and the guy was like, "Well, we would like to take a moment for so and so who lost his son to cancer," and then just a moment of silence and Norm just in the background. What? Did they find him?
God.
What? He said he lost him.
Comedy.
Comedy. That's
He was like
Norman.
Norman before.
The Norm, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the Norm, the new Norm.
I keep getting Protect Our Parks like highlight clips and stuff.
Love
It's
it.
just Norman like with the fucking wordplay. Like he's got to do it. And Shane the One, he's like, he's got to do it.
He's
like
gotta
he's got to do it.
fucking
Like
do it.
he's like, we're at the dinner the other night, and the lady, the waitress, she's reaching over to grab the check or to grab something off the table, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry for reaching, and he goes, Jack Reacher. He's like, he can't help himself. He just can't help himself.
Did you see the guy pretending to be AI Mark Norman? That's like he dresses like it's the guy Adam Ray that
Dude.
does Dr.
Oh
Phil.
my god, dude!
So fucking
no,
funny.
they had Jeremiah doing it.
Yeah,
the
Jeremiah
one-
Watkins was
yeah.
doing it. Or Jeremiah. Is it Watkins? No, it's not Watkins.
No,
Jeremiah Watkins, the guy that got fucking beef with.
He's normally the guy who does like the music on the fucking.
Yeah.
That was funny, dude.
Yeah, comedy.
Yeah. Oh, this is making me uncomfortable. Or something.
This is the highlight of your career.
Yeah.
The one thing I did want to talk about wasn't on the list, but we were talking about it earlier. You mentioned that they're bringing back King of the Hill, and you say
I saw a meme of it,
Yeah.
so I sent it over your way just to kind of feel out if it was real or not. 'Cause I thought you were gonna respond and be like, "Nah, it's just some bullshit."
Well,
Like,
they've been toying with the concept of King of the Hill coming back, where Hank is like significantly older, and then Bobby is like in high school. But then like this is like Bobby's 21, and like I don't know if I've heard that theory yet. But I mean I'm not on
I
social.
think it was
so-
just chronologically.
yeah.
For if he was 8 when it was out, and this
Yeah.
year, 13 years later, he would be blank.
Well,
So I think
yeah,
that was just
he
what
got
they were
older
getting at.
though throughout the show. Like that's kind of like the problem with it. Like the problem with it is in the later seasons they try to have him like age kind of more correct, like more true. But the supplemental characters like Luann and Luann. I like Brittany Murphy. I think.
Hey
she does
Jay,
it.
come out here. Do a Luann from Hank Hill. Fucking
Luann Platter. Yeah, I know so much about that show. The reason that the Luann Platters, that's her name, is that's the name of there's some Texas chain of restaurants where a Luann platter is like a meatloaf lunch platter that you can get. It's called the Luann. So she's Luann Platter.
That's
and
one of my favorite meals. I enjoy a nice
Luann.
loaf of meat.
Yes, I like meatloaf.
I would enjoy a Luann platter.
No, they've been like joking too that like Joseph is like he's like a jock or whatever, but he gives it all up and becomes more like Dale, where he's like a conspiracy theorist, and like Connie kind of hits the trajectory she's supposed to, but goes like to college and becomes a hippie, and like Bobby just kind of like falls into it, and he's like
Works at a bowling alley.
He gets his like growth spurt, yeah. I don't know. It's like it's supposed to be pretty cool if it does come back.
I
don't
work at the
doubt-
local CVS.
I work at the Walgreens.
Dollar General. We sell groceries.
That's my purse. I don't know you. Yeah, there's some like good fucking gems in that show that are just like so fun. They're so
Hank Hill's
god-
I keep calling it Hank Hill. Fucking-
Hank Hill, king of
That's
the
me
hill.
and Tina's code word for butt. I have
Really?
a Hank Hill butt.
Oh, what a flat booty.
Yeah, I have a total. We took.
They're diminished glutes.
So we're trying to clean up the diet, lose some lbs, and we took like a before picture, and it was just me naked from the back of my Hank Hill.
What? What is he
He
doing?
just locked you out.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
No, he
Appreciate
didn't. He didn't. But yeah, that's our code word for Hank for butts. So I
For
keep
butts.
calling it Hank Hill. But King of the Hill it's like it's not like we talked about it before. It's not like Family Guy where it's just haymaker after haymaker. It's like more of a slow burn.
Yes.
It's just like dry humor. Like, you know what I mean? I enjoy it.
You ever see people that don't understand it being funny, and it's like their
My
approach
mom
to
doesn't understand adult animation.
well,
She's literally like, this is the dumbest fucking show ever.
the approach to it is like it's one of those like the running joke is that Hank is like a very practical person. He's very pragmatic and like whatchamacallit? I was trying to say studious.
Real
but-
craftsman.
Yeah, he's a real craftsman. But he there's like this one joke that he carries around a WD-40 can with him, and then he has a smaller
It's the ultimate
WD-40.
tool.
Yeah, it's like a smaller WD-40
lubes
can, so he
the
can lube
WD-40.
he can lube the cap off, which is funny. Like it's funny, but like people are, it's like that's such a mild end of the spectrum with how funny that fucking show is. What are you up to?
I just need to tell you.
I'm taking the other car, and I'm going to put my car back far enough, so try not to back into it. He's backed into my car more than once in the driveway.
Yes.
I backed into Tina's Beamer with
Nice.
my fucking Corolla. the
Those
one
things
day.
are car
We
magnets,
were
man.
normally, I would be in the back, and one time it got switched. Wasn't paying attention, just plowed right into it. Hurt my car more. I actually hit her square on the license
My
plate.
bumper of the BMW, I gotta go get a quote on it now.
When'd you do that?
It
That's
was
a new car.
yeah when I got just right
I said, I
immediately.
didn't realize it was this long.
What a jerk off. What are
I'm
you gonna
bad,
do?
son.
This is my mail air.
This is my fucking mail air. JJ Soprano.
I'm smart.
Where's my story?
I got passed over.
I looked over. What does it mean?
What does what mean?
Cunt.
Yuck.
Pukyak.
We're just going into Sopranos
We're
autism.
just going to the random vulgarity part of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, feel free.
What?
Titty with it.
Hi. I don't know if I ever told this one on the show, but I got kicked off from every dating site. The reason I got kicked off is I tell the truth. I can't stand these tall women that say, if you're not as tall as me, don't send me a message. That triggers me. So I message them. I say, I'm not as tall as you, but I have a really big dick and I can give you the ride of your life. They get pissed. They report me. I get kicked off. One woman, beautiful, 6'3", responded. Said, baby, what will you do to me with that big dick? I said, I'd make you see God. I'd climb you like a tree and I'd have you begging for more. She said, baby, that sounds great. Now what are you going to let me do to you if my dick's bigger?
Oh.
So I reported her for false advertising, and they kicked me off for saying that I had a big dick. But I'm bump. That's my.
I had the wrong sound effect.
He had the opportunity. One of my favorite jokes is that I like tall girls because they're fun to go up on. Oh, that gets an eye roll, man. Yeah, Mr. Word Economy.
Jay likes blowing trannies? What?
I don't know. Hey, are we going to see Norton on the 1st
Of November?
November? You going with?
Jim Norton. We'll reach out to him. We'll get you an opening spot.
Yeah. What?
What'd you say?
No, Jim Norton, the comedian. Why would we go see Ed Norton? Edward Norton.
He's fucking with you.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, but what does this have to do with
Literal
fucking Ed?
Joe over here. Why would we see him?
What are you doing?
He's not a comic.
What are you doing, Jay? Bye, Jay. Drive safe. Love you.
Bye, Pee Wee.
Jay Scrock, everybody go see him in Virginia. He needs to move tickets. Yeah, we got like 5-10 minutes. What do you
I
want?
got all the time in the world,
No,
babe.
I got 5-10 minutes. I got to feed her.
20.
I got to feed her and then
She's
feed
fasting
myself. She's not fasting.
intermittently.
She's a dog. She loses.
She's a bitch.
She is a bitch. She's a fatty. Actually, the doctor, when I took her to the vet, had some very polite things to say about her. One of my favorite things was their way of saying that the dog is getting too fat. She needs to stop being fed from the table. Is that she is getting she's at capacity.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's a little rude.
You cunt.
Fucking
Bukyak.
pukyak.
What else we got on the docket today?
That
Joe,
was
you
it
got
for
any
me.
other notes?
No, that was it for me. Just well, the
What other music
future
genres?
the Futurama one bummed me out. That was about it. But it was only because like King of the Hill might get picked up by Hulu because Hulu owns all Disney owns Hulu. Disney owns all the Fox shit now. So like, there's a chance that there might actually be a new season of King of the Hill in the works because they just put another new season of Futurama out. I know you don't like Futurama, but I'll keep it quick.
I don't hate it.
It's just
my least favorite of the big four or whatever, you know what I mean?
It's a good show. The newer shit.
If the setting was different and it wasn't space and they were like,
what about it?
I just don't like space and aliens.
It's like
I
it's
just don't
funny
know why.
though. It's like it's not about like space and it's just
I
like
know.
it's like Homer Simpson, but
I
he
know
works-
I'm wrong.
You're a delivery boy. You would very much identify with Fry. Like it's one of those things where it's. I'm sorry to also
Take
marginal.
umbrage with that.
I figured I was, but
I'm
I
not
didn't.
a delivery boy anymore. I'm retired.
Well, that's just it. There's a there's
Got
like
some
a whole
investments.
there's like a whole bit about how he's a pizza delivery worker when the show starts, and then the whole first episode is him avoiding getting job placement in the future, only to become a delivery boy. But because he gets to do a delivery in a spaceship, he's happy about it. And it's like
It's all right.
it's like parallel motion. I don't know. It's a funny show.
I
It's
didn't
like,
remember he was a delivery guy. I
Yeah.
just don't like the lady with the one eye and
Leela?
little alien fucking characters.
Tehran?
Zoidberg.
well, Zoidberg.
He's funny. Yeah, he's funny. It's just
He's a
if they were literally like, I know Hank Hill has the
Zoidberg.
redneck Texas angle. If Futurama was set in Florida and it was just regular people, I would love it. But just because it's in
New
space
York.
and there's aliens,
Well, it's in New York. It's not space. It's set in New York.
I don't like it.
It's fun.
I don't like
It's good.
sci-fi. I don't like Star Trek. I don't like Star Wars.
Star Trek
I don't-
rules. Star Wars rules too.
anything to do
Well,
with
the original
space.
Star Wars.
Even okay, I'll take it a step further. I know that's all science fiction. Anything to do with science in general, I don't fucking care.
Weak sauce.
I don't want to hear Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about the great expanse of the cosmos and like anything to do with space. I don't fucking care. I don't want to go to Mars. I don't want to ride on a spaceship to SpaceXville.
Really?
Space does not do it for me.
Oh man, it's my
at all.
It's my favorite.
It's, I don't know. I just, dinosaurs are all right, but they're not even like my
Dinosaurs.
favorite. But like, dinosaurs are higher than space. But like, space is just.
We're
I thought
monster
space
trucks.
was cool when you made the little thing in third grade science or whatever.
diorama.
Yeah, like that's cool. But once you get into like, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Space-
I don't know. You got to smooth this out because it's so confusing.
I don't
Once
want
you
to
get
hear
into-
about astronauts and fucking the space station. And I don't want to know nothing. I don't-
Why?
NASA.
What about-
I think it's all fake anyway. So
I mean, there's
when
like
we go to Chincoteague every year, you go by a large NASA base and like they actually do launch ships. And They
Yeah.
have like big events on the beach in Chincoteague, and they watch the ships get. And I'm just like, I wouldn't want nothing to do with it. I wouldn't want to go tour NASA.
really
I don't like space.
one of my favorite.
I don't like Space Force. That's a stupid fucking branch of the military.
One of my favorite things about driving out of New Orleans is if you're on the Italian Bayou, which is the southeast part of New Orleans, heading towards Slidell. You drive by this place. It's called NASA. It's just a part of the bayou that NASA had purchased so they could conduct experiments there back in the 60s and 70s and whatnot.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
And one of the experiments was they would strap a monkey to a rocket, and that rocket would be on a railroad track that goes directly into a brick wall, and just to see what the fuck happens.
What do they think was gonna happen?
It's like I was like, what fucking Wile E. Coyote shit were they concocting back then? Like, they were just trying to figure out G-force, I guess. Like how
Was that
many
before or after Operation?
paperclip?
Yeah.
After. It was
A
during.
bunch of Nazis just launching fucking monkeys
Wow.
into walls.
Yeah, come on, that doesn't fascinate you, Werner von Braun, the V2 rocket, man. That don't tickle your fancy, a little Nazism.
I don't know, man. I gotta watch Europa because apparently the Nazis were the good guys, and we've all been lied to according to racist Twitter. So
According to racist,
Let me know what you
there's
guys
black
think about
Twitter,
that.
which is also racist Twitter, and then there's just regular white racist Twitter, which is hilarious.
well, there's racist Twitter where they don't like blacks or Jews, so they're like,
Yeah, you
they
gotta
lied about the Holocaust.
break this down for me. So where are black people on racist Twitter? Like where do they are they pro-Nazi or anti-Nazi? All white
they're
people.
the ops, dude.
Yeah, all
They're-
white white
Racist
people.
Twitter is predominantly like milquetoast white dudes.
Okay.
And like some like based hot chicks capitalizing off this platform where if they wear a Confederate bikini and make an OnlyFans, they're gonna make $5,000 a month. So there's a few. This one like hot Midwestern chick dropped the N-bomb, and then she like stood by it, and she's got like a cult following on Twitter now.
Nice.
Just because she's hot and racist. So I mean, yeah, she's one of my. I follow her.
Nice. I'll
There's
take
another
that
one
over
that's
the
like Rita
fucking Hawk
Love, and
Tua.
she just like poses with guns and like Confederate flags and like has an OnlyFans or something, but
Okay.
posts like super conservative takes on politics.
What do you think of Just Pearly Things, that Pearl Davis chick?
I've seen that online, but I can't picture the face.
She's like a redhead, kind of looks like Kimmy Fields a little bit.
I don't know
I
what
know
Kimmy
you-
Fields is either.
Kimmy Fields is the queen of 4chan. Well, Boxy is the queen of B, but no, Kim Fields rules. Do you want me to divulge? into-
Okay, yeah, I've seen her. She's
Yeah,
like
super conservative and kind of whack. She's like a psychotherapist or something.
She's different though. She's not trying to be like hot and just like
Yeah.
get a bunch of like MAGA hat wearers to be like, oh, this bitch is hot and she like Trump. Like she's more of like, you should have a family and like
Yeah.
not be a slut.
Yeah.
She's not like a redneck though.
Nah, she's just more conservative than most women.
She's cool.
She's all right. I don't know.
mind
She's
her.
kind of a loudmouth in my opinion, but I mean, I don't mind her. Like, but
There's
yeah.
that dude who's always like bad mouthing OnlyFans thoughts too. It's like that one podcast.
Oh,
where
the
it's just,
whatever podcast. They get that dude who's like the gazillionaire guy. Who's like, I don't cook food. Cooking food's a waste of time. Going to the grocery store. What are you, broke? Like, it's like,
No, not him. This is like a very rational, level-headed guy who's just like.
oh, the normal looking guy, because they have like a whole cast of characters come in and yell at the
I just
e-thoughts.
see these clips where this guy's just like, he's just like breaking these girls down, like spitting facts though, and like
Yeah.
very level-headed, not yelling.
Hey, that
He looks like the guy who did the "What Is a Woman" documentary. Like, kinda
Okay.
looks like that. I don't know. That's another. I have that on the list. I found a free version of it online. I haven't watched it yet. I keep getting ads for it. It's like, do you know what I'm talking about?
no, what is it?
It's just a documentary where this guy goes around asking like normal people and transsexual. What's the proper term?
Fucking freaks.
Transgender, I don't know. Transvestite. I know that's not a good one anymore, but
He, she.
he's asking they thems like what is a woman, and then he just lets them like word vomit on themselves trying to like define it, and he just asks them very poignant questions,
Simple,
like, very
straightforward
just
questions.
2-word questions, and they just can't.
Answer it.
And then he goes to like the doctors who he shows both sides of the fence, kind of like the doctors who like support child genital mutilation or whatever the fuck you want to call this, like.
yeah.
And then he goes to like the people being like, this is fucking absurd. It's basically just, it's not shock jockey. It's supposed to be educational, but it's definitely coming from like a right wing
Yeah, it's like,
pin. Like it's like a, I don't know. He's pretty based. Like he's just like, what is a woman? Like
I actually,
he's not wrong, but I don't know.
I got a crazy question. Have you seen that documentary called "Tell Them You Love Me" on Netflix?
No,
Have you heard about this shit?
No.
Because it's local, man. It's fucked up.
local as far as how local?
Jersey. So, Rutgers, Newark, I think. There was a psychotherapist that, and also remember like a couple episodes ago, I was telling you how I listened to that whole PKA thing about how Helen Keller and Ann Sullivan might be frauds.
Yeah, and then I talked about Stephen Hawking. We showed that clip of him being like, I was like, he's not fucking saying it. And then the guy goes, he said that he loves the planet and he wants to do good things. And it's just Anthony Cumia cracking up, being like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
What is this? Dog is looking
Anthony
at me.
Cumia is like the spearhead of racist Twitter.
I know, he's
more
fantastic.
based than like ever before. He's living his truth. Like he's just going hard on Twitter that they let him back on. I love it.
I do too. He's great. His show on YouTube has been fantastic too. No, this documentary though, she is the psychotherapist that is similar to Ann Sullivan, so the miracle worker, in that her speech pathology degree is in a, first off, unaccredited science. Like it's a science that it within itself acknowledges that it's a science, but no medical institutions.
What's this called, Joe?
So it's the palm thing. It's like when you It's like when you
Palm reading?
like so.
The lines mean
What you
certain
do,
things?
what you do, is you hold your palm out like this, and you teach your patient to type like the way a stenographer types on a steno, as opposed to like a typewriter or something like that, because it takes too long to actually formulate the full idea for you to translate. So they have like keyword patterns. And this is a pseudoscience. Like I said, this isn't accredited by anything,
So
but
they
that's
get
what
the
they say.
disabled person to write out their sentences.
Yes, exactly. And then they are the medium
Able to
with which they
interpret
speak.
it.
So this lady is a philosophy major a psychotherapy major. That the therapy is specifically in this niche communication field, which isn't accredited, isn't acknowledged by any medical institutions, and also in the court of law, their testimonies are
Is
not.
this the lady who banged the black
Yes.
special needs guy?
Yes.
Yeah, me and Tina watched that.
Dude.
That was I watched like the second episode. That was
Holy
fucked up.
fucking shit!
I
She's
caught the tail
free.
end of that. That was demon.
She's free.
That was banana.
She was
land.
supposed to be 12 years in the fucking penitentiary, and she did 2, and then it's like, I still think Derek
So it
loves
started
me.
out like, all right, yeah, this is a really good lady or whatever. Like and it's like seems like this inspiring story, and it's just like, oh, and then she was like blowing this guy or something.
Yeah,
It's just like
you're taking advantage of a mentally ill, a mentally retarded person, a mentally
that's like on
handicapped
par
person.
with like pedophilia. Like,
Yeah,
you're
that's-
taking advantage of a vulnerable person. Like,
yeah.
it's just like not okay. Like it was very, and you can make the joke like, oh, dude got laid, but it's just like no, it's
There's
fucked up,
no,
dude.
it's that is so messed up. Like, and you've like I've watched a ton of porn, and it's like there is nothing in my fucking lexicon that I think that is not exploitation. 100%.
I saw one when I was younger. It was like some chick getting railed in a barn. She had like
Down syndrome.
high functioning Down syndrome.
Yeah.
She was having a good time, but
There's like this picture of this
not
like
my proudest nut.
there's this like Scottish chick that her eyes
tits
are
ain't retarded.
Those titties ain't retarded. Her eyes are like one is like she's got like the lazy eye kind of thing going on, but she's like some
Like
porn star.
one eye going one way or like
Yeah.
droopy eye.
Yeah, like one eye completely like in left field. She's
I did
one,
the alignment myself.
Yeah.
Buscemi.
Yeah. Sorry. That's what Mr. Deeds, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
he's, like,
know.
the homeless. He's the homeless guy.
Or was
It's
that
like right-
Big Daddy?
I think it might be Big Daddy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Give me a give me a McMuffin.
One McMuffin.
They were
They didn't have
close.
breakfast, pal. Sandler was on Rogan
Yeah, I saw that.
last night. I watched about an hour or so of it. My grandpa hated Adam Sandler.
My dad doesn't like
Wouldn't
Adams.
watch anything he was in. Thought he was fucking
Hack.
Hack is in. He plays the same character in everything he's in.
Yeah.
I liked Sandler growing up. I was a kid. I don't know.
He's
But
silly.
on the podcast, he did this annoying thing where like every time Joe was talking, like he was going, yeah, and it seriously became fucking annoying as shit after a few minutes. Like, and Joe was just going on
Yeah.
these long rants
Yeah.
about like how funny
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is, and yeah, it was just that, and I was just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Like,
Gonna fucking break your nose, hand.
and he just seemed like he didn't want to be there. Like he was like, yeah,
Is he like plugging something or
No, Rogan was just kind of like giving him his flowers, like being like, yeah, we love this movie. Like me and my family watched this together. Like, and he was like, yeah.
Yep.
Like, he was probably uncomfortable getting like a ton of praise or whatever.
That's fair.
But he kept doing it even when they were talking about like just doing stand up and stuff like that. And Adam's like, yeah.
It doesn't
yeah.
have to be.
I think it was just like a nervous. He's probably not nervous, but it was like
no, like a tick. Yeah, like I get what
like
you're
it's
saying.
just.
Like a.
I interrupt people a lot, so I get it.
What is your favorite? Doesn't even have to be a Happy Madison. What is your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
I can't even think of all of them, but I think I'd have to go Big Daddy because that's just I watched that a lot when I was a kid.
Okay, it's a fucking great one.
I never saw Mr. Deeds. I love Happy Gilmore, Waterboy,
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Were you back to school?
Never saw that
Oh,
one.
dude, you've never seen Billy Madison?
No.
Dude. Oh man, that's a rough.
Yeah, I've never seen Little Nicky all the way through.
Little Nicky's great. It's got everybody in it.
Yeah.
Harvey
So,
Keitel, Rodney Dangerfield before he died.
no shit.
Yeah, man, it's worth a watch.
I saw bits and pieces of Little Nicky. I remember that.
It's
I will
funny.
Eat your heart. And me and Trout were like on mushrooms, cracking up.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, I think I'd go Big Daddy just from nostalgia, but Waterboy and Happy Gilmore are very close seconds.
It was up until a few years ago when it was usurped by a newer Sandler movie, and then that got usurped by an even newer Sandler movie. But originally,
Uncut
it was
Gems or the
No.
basketball one.
nope. It was Airheads, which was my original favorite, which is him, Brendan Fraser, and
I
Buscemi.
saw that.
It's a fucking hilarious movie.
I don't remember it though, but I did.
It's
it
got
used to be
Kramer
on like
Yeah,
Prime or something. It was on like some.
yeah, Prime or one of the streaming services.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a funny movie. It's very funny. It's got Kramer in it. Kramer's he's sneaking around. It's got like
I
a
think
bunch
it's
of
still on Max actually because it's A, so it's always at the top when
Yeah.
you go to like browse by title or whatever.
Airheads is a great one. But then there's this movie that came out a few years ago. It's called That's My Boy, where it's him and Andy Samberg. And I was expecting it to just be like some bullshit, I'm going to fall asleep and watch this movie one day. God damn it, I watched that movie like 3 times in a row because of how fucking funny it was.
Don't spoil anything, but what's the premise?
Adam Sandler is like a cool 80s kid that sleeps with his teacher and accidentally knocks her up. And he becomes
I've seen that.
yeah, you have seen it?
Bits. I fell asleep to it.
Dude, it's so funny. It's one of my favorite ones. So then there's one that came out after that one that's called The Do-Over, which is Adam Sandler and David Spade. David Spade plays a accountant at a supermarket who's like frustrated with his life. I think the reason I initially was drawn to it is because his wife in the movie is Natasha Leggero, and she's fucking hot. She plays a white trash chick too, so you'll be all gaga over. She's got like does the southern accent. She's got,
I'm in.
dude, you'll love it.
Golly.
So
Hey, y'all.
so she so she's like cheating on him, and like his life is just going to shit. His kids don't respect him, the whole 9 yards. And then Sandler is like his high school buddy. They go to the high school reunion together, and his wife goes home with her high school boyfriend, and then he ends up hanging out with Sandler, and Sandler's like, yo, I gotta show you something. I'm in the FBI, and it's like a gun and everything, and he's like, all right, that's pretty cool. And then out of nowhere, they smoke a joint, and fucking
Chaos ensues.
yeah, like, you want me to give you a little bit more to tease it?
Yeah.
Okay, so after they smoke the joint, David Spade wakes up and he's in a hotel room with Sandler, and it turns out they faked their own deaths, and they're like, okay, so now we're gonna go, take the insurance money that we all are gonna collect on, and we're gonna just live lavishly because like Sandler had like a whole
Was he
contingency.
really in the FBI?
So how much do you want me to spoil?
I don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Okay. So, but it's on Netflix. It's like a Netflix original, if I'm not mistaken.
You got that deal with like 6 movies.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite Sandler? Because I know one off the top of my head that I
Wedding
hated.
Singer?
Okay, I never saw that.
I
know
would say
that's- I know that's a
Uncut
very-
Gems.
You didn't like that one?
Nope. Fucking
I thought
hated
it was alright. I like the basketball one.
Safdie Brothers are kind of eh. The basketball one I didn't see for obvious reasons.
It was alright.
The anger management's good, but there's parts of that movie that are just like.
My grandpa hated that because my grandpa was a huge Nicholson fanboy.
Yeah, he's
had like a literal picture of like Nicholson in the house. Like
nice.
my grandpa, like he was a self-proclaimed like film buff or movie
yeah.
buff. You know, what I mean, he had a high opinion on different actors and movies and whatnot. He loved Nicholson and Sandler. Man, it was his least favorite. He would come on. He would be on like SNL sometimes, and my grandpa watched SNL like every
cast
week.
member on SNL.
I'm saying when he would just appear in like the
okay.
early 2000s and shit, and my grandpa would just turn it off. He'd be
Damn.
like, I'm not watching tonight. I'm like, what?
Bullshit.
I don't like Adam Sandler. He's not funny.
Um,
Which is fair.
yeah.
He is, but he is funny.
I think he's funny. I think he's all right. One that I
I think he's worthy of $90 billion or whatever he's worth.
I mean,
God
he's
bless.
built a fucking empire around.
Walks around in basketball shorts and a polo, just like fuck
Yeah.
it.
That
It was funny. He was describing like being like, Rogan, you're an animal. Like you still work out like this at this age. He's like, I just can't do it. Like he's just like, he got
Yeah.
ripped. They were talking about like you should redo the Zohan or whatever.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I've never seen. I heard that's very funny. And he was apparently ripped in that. And he's like, that's the best I could do. And Rogan's like, you looked good. And he's like, I can never do what you do. He's like, I can't work out. I just don't. He's like, I don't enjoy it. He's like, I just like eating junk food and like hanging out. Like he's like, I'll shoot some hoops, but he's like, I can't do it anymore. He's like, I just don't. And Rogan's like, you could totally do it. Like trying to like hype him up or whatever. And he's just literally being like a fucking little scraggly Jew bag. Like he's just like, I don't want to work out.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, literally, it just sounded like such a
I
fucking.
just want to go to Miami.
Which I get. I'm the same way. I'll go shoot hoops, play a little open hockey. I'm like, that's my workout for the week. Like I don't want to fucking pump iron either.
I saw
but
Pass the other day, and he was like, "I'll take you to the gym," and you were just like, I got nothing for you there, buddy."
he texted me too. He's like, you want to start lifting weights? And I was like, man, I hadn't lifted weights since I was like 18 years old. Like since I stopped playing sports, I've
Pretty much given up. That ship has.
I just know I'm I'm not gonna get ripped. Like, first of all, to even be in any sort of shape, I have to get gyno surgery. I have to lop off the fucking fat pads off my chest. So it's like, why am I even gonna bother if I'm gonna get ripped and just have these fucking big ass floppy Dorito shaped titties? Like,
Hell
no.
yeah.
No.
Feel them.
Man, woman.
Roll them up. Nah, I get that. I totally get that. I told you one of the most irritated things is when my girlfriend told me, like, I was like, I wonder how you lose like this little bit of. She's like, that's loose skin. You're gonna have to get a tummy tuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not getting a fucking tummy tuck.
No,
like,
same. I was skinny like 2 years ago. I was 180, 176 or something. Like I was skinny. I had tons of loose skin. It's just like there's nothing I can even.
Apparently,
I
cocoa
can't-
shea butter helps heal.
You
it.
ain't fucking folding back that flab, and I don't want a surgery. So it's just like, I'm not just gonna. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. What do you got to plug? I got to get out of here.
Let's roll. We got the 11R Traction Motorsports.
It's like the 5th time you've dropped that today.
The case broke, so
You're just breaking the phone.
it's slippery now.
I dropped my phone in soup the other day, and I haven't been able to get the case off to give it a proper cleaning.
Your phone just smells like fucking lobster bisque.
Yeah.
We got HRS Promotions. Give our girl Autumn a shout. She's one of our faithful listeners.
She is.
She listens
Every
all
ep.
the time.
I always get a snap all the time, and I'm usually at
It's
work,
awesome.
and I can't respond.
I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it.
I do too. I appreciate a good, faithful listener.
Some of the fellas fell off.
Yeah,
I
Seavers
was
listens.
I was talking to like Aaron on the way to Pocono, and I was like, "Have you heard this from this?" He's like, I got a bunch saved. Like I'm gonna catch up. I'm like, I don't blame you guys. This is dog shit.
Yeah.
You've hung out with us enough in real life. You probably don't want to listen to us fucking pontificate over
On-
blunts on the back porch
Yeah.
on a gorgeous summer's day.
Yeah, but Dad come through and interject. You know, that's fucking rad. God damn it, dude. He's fucking.
I want to see him live.
You should. You go. I'm telling you, he's gonna probably
The
try.
sets are always on like the worst time at night though. It's always like 7 p.m. It's
No, he's got later ones.
like I could go to like a 10.
Yeah, like that's just it. He's got later ones that like the Stone Dojo. They don't start till like 9:30. I mean, it's like a 45-minute drive there, but like
Yeah, I could go after bedtime.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
All right.
What else we got? Stewart's Handyman
Stewart.
Service 609-338-9427. Give him a shout. Get something done to your house. Fucking Mr. Fix It over here.
Canman 609-425-3143 jscrock0@gmail.com. Come power wash your shit and come see me cook food for 2 more weeks or so whenever we close this year. I think it's in October. Actually, I don't fucking know. For a little more time. Oceanside seafood, takeout, eat in. We don't do delivery. We
And,
have crabs.
Hit up local dirt track racer Tom Sherby for a 257 hat. If you got a big ass head, this thing will fucking have these things. This thing is like a helmet, dude. It's perfect for a big noggin motherfucker like me. So
His lady's very nice. I did not personally get to interact with her or with him.
yeah, I didn't. He was talking to the fans, so I had to pester his lady for a hat. But
Yeah.
no, they were cool. I don't even know him, but it's just cool to root for a local dude on when you see him on like Flow Motorsports or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think they switched to like a different. Anyway,
No,
we're in the
you-
weeds here.
No, you know what? That was like the little. We can end on this. A little cool thing that I had happen, and I almost texted you, but I was gonna be like, he's not gonna give a fuck. Like this is like when I roll my
Right.
eyes at NASCAR. You're just gonna fucking be like, shut the fuck up. There's this guy back in December when they were doing the tournaments and the big old poker thing at Borgata in last December. It was the Open, I believe it was called, the Winter Open. They brought a bunch of people from Vegas in, like dealers and fucking players and like people from all over the fucking place. And there's this guy that I was playing with who is a regular on one of the live stream pokers that I watch. Jesus Christ.
Did you get a mouthful?
Oh, yeah.
The bottom backed out on you.
Yeah. But this guy sits down at the table and he's like, yeah, I've played on Hustler Casino a few times and I've played on Stones, I've played on TCH, but I love playing on Hustler. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. What's your name? And I looked him up, and the next Monday, he was on Max Payne Monday, and he had like 65 grand in front of him. And I was like, God
That's
damn.
cool.
He was playing 1-3 with me for like a $600 buy-in, and he's like now sitting there with like 10 or 100 times that, you know, like it's fucking crazy. It was wild to see. Like it was really cool. I don't know. It's like celebrity spotting.
Yeah.
What can you do?
It's not even like a celebrity. It's just like, hey, I don't know Tom Sherby, but I remember seeing him in the hallway in high school. And it's like, hey,
Yeah.
that guy's racing a dirt car on fucking Flow, and he has like I don't know which series it was. If it was like the NASCAR Whalen modified series or what, if it's a subsidiary of that. But I mean, he was racing. It's like a NASCAR branded series or whatever he was racing in. Like he's got the logo on the side of the car. It's pretty cool,
Right
man.
on. Hey, it's like when you have somebody that you know is fighting locally around here, and they get to the
PFL
UFC
or whatever
yeah,
that was.
PFL, yeah, it's like it's fucking sick. Like
Yeah.
Mark's boy, Federico Flores. I don't think he trains at Mark's gym anymore. I don't even Mark's gym isn't even open, but
It'll be cool too once we finally get out to the track and see Tommy run some races. Like,
I was supposed to like all year this year, and we've just been so fucking shorthanded.
it's hard in the summer, and I got a fucking baby and a toddler, and Joe works fucking 80 hours a week, so
Yeah.
we're gonna. We were supposed to. We're going to a hot air balloon event in Lancaster, and it got canceled.
Nice. I
But
know that.
it was nearby to the one track that Tommy runs at, and they ran on a Saturday, and we were supposed to be leaving Saturday evening, so it was only 30 minutes away, and I was going to try and pop over and even just catch like 10 minutes of a practice. Yeah, just pop over for 10, 15 minutes, even with the kids.
You're totally gonna gear up, try and get in that car.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to take laps in like Tommy's car or anything like that. Like if it was like his old backup car or something like that, where it wasn't. But I don't want to run someone's actual race car because, like, again, I ran go karts for 3 years when I was 12, but like I've never ran a fucking. What he runs is faster. I think it's a 2-stroke. Like it's a micro sprint, but that's still way faster than what I've ever ran. I would have to, like, obviously could afford to pay to fix it, but you don't want to fucking wad someone's fucking race car up in the fence. Like that's just not. I don't know. I would rather buy my own like junker fucking go kart and go out and take like a practice session or something.
Yeah, dude.
I wouldn't hop in Tommy's car. Like I don't know. I just wouldn't want to fuck it up. Like
You hop on it, you might damage it.
yeah, no, it's just.
It's not meant for jumping.
I would fucking run that thing right into the wall and just be like,
Kobe.
Sorry, Paul Wall or
Paul Walker.
yeah, that guy, Paul
Yeah.
Wall.
Paul Wall.
He the fucking grills guy.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn. Ryan, well done. All right, on that note, thanks for listening. Go fuck yourselves.
Bye.